What is up, everyone? Thank you so much for joining me today. I am Audrey. I will be talking about FF16 all day today. I have so many things open. I just realized that there are so many little tidbits we've gotten over the past year and a half that I've translated, and I didn't really think about it that much until I was like looking up my name. Like I looked at my handle, Aitai Kimochi, and then like FF16. And aside from like a shit ton of clown posts and memes and shit, I have so many things I've translated. I don't even remember them. And I was like, okay. So there's a lot actually that we can go over. So Golden Week is actually ending today. I don't know about you guys, like if you're familiar with Golden Week, but usually in May there is about 3 days, 4 days in a span of around 10 days in the beginning of May that is considered like Japanese holidays. They call it Golden Week, but it's actually an unofficial name because each day is its own holiday. There's like some preservation something day, and then there's Children's Day, and then so forth. But usually people take like 1 or 2 days off, like paid time off, so that they can have the whole week off. It's basically like spring break in the US, if you like kind of want a equivalent in the West. But in either case, so there's Golden Week this week. And a lot of companies for Golden Week, they're off usually. For us, for Aitai Kuji, we were not off because logistics. So companies like logistics and retail, shopping, food, and so forth, they're usually not off during Golden Week, but other like companies usually are. And someone asked me yesterday about Golden Week, and because Yoshida mentioned like in his stream with the near stream that his staff was working during Golden Week, and like, yes, it is kind of weird to work during Golden Week, just because it's usually designated to help people not overwork. Japanese culture is very, very like keen on like working a lot. You pretty much like, if you're in a standard company, you can't leave your company until your boss leaves, for example. That's very old fashioned, but there's still some places that are like that. So because of that kind of work culture, Golden Week was kind of like established so that people can take time off. But because they haven't, because Yoshida said that they didn't take time off during Golden Week and they were working during Golden Week. I don't want to say like for sure it's because they're trying to meet a deadline, but usually, yes, it's because there's something that hasn't been done or finished that needs to be done before coming back from Golden Week, because usually when people come back from Golden Week, there's like a whole week's worth of stuff that they have to catch up on. So it could be that they just want to be up to date with things, or it could be that there's actually, something going on that they need, work on before the deadline. The Legend of the Crystals. Exactly. So yeah, for today's stream, I just kind of want to go over all of the information that we've gotten, as well as yesterday Famitsu also released some quite like interesting recap of the near stream info that I actually like when I was listening to it, I didn't catch some of it, and so I was like, oh, okay, well, now that they transcribed it, it's very interesting, like especially what Saito says about various like he apparently Saito already saw some of the footage for FF16 and he thought it was amazing, so I'm gonna go over that as well. Beats, you want some good news? Oh yes, also if you guys like noticed, I have some new emotes. I'm actually getting a couple more emotes done by Carousel Art. She's great. She made like a couple of Warrior of Light and Emmerich emotes for me, and she also uses I bought like her free to use pack, which also has Estinian, so it's great. If anyone wants to subscribe to get those emotes, feel free to do so. Yeah, I don't think there's really like that many Emmerich ones out there, at least not that I've seen, so I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna make a couple of Emmerich ones, and I have a couple coming like that she's still making, so I'm excited for that. Yeah. Either case, how how is everyone doing? I hope you guys had a great weekend, or if you're currently, Sunday in the US, hope you're having a nice Sunday. Oh, Soldier First Class, thank you so much for the sub. Feel free to use the Emmerich emotes. But yeah, so hope you guys are having a nice week. Hold on, I just noticed it's really loud. Yeah, the desktop audio. Let me fix that. I just like put up this lo-fi FF14 that I usually listen to at work. Oh, here we go. Oops. Hold on a second. Make it a little bit quieter. All right. Is it a little loud for you guys, or is that right? The desktop audio, the background music. Let me know if it gets a little loud or not. All right, so yeah, let's just jump right in to. I was thinking, oops, why is it like this? I was thinking of actually watching the trailer. Haven't watched the trailer in a while. I remember when the trailer first came out in what was it like? When did the trailer come out? September. I remember in September, like I watched it multiple times a day. Oh, Corsi Cast, thank you so much for the sub. I hope you enjoyed the Emmerich emotes. You gotta represent, man. You gotta represent. All right, yeah, let's watch the trailer. Okay. I haven't watched a trailer in such a long time. It's actually like silly how I have not watched the trailer this much. Okay. All right, let's just check it out. Okay, I haven't watched it. I think I haven't watched it for at least like, I don't know, 5 months. Yeah, about 5 months, I would say. Okay. Oh man, I remember how epic it was. Okay, let's go. Oh wait, hold on. Do you guys want captions? Let me just make sure we have the best quality. Okay, it's 4K. Perfect. Yeah, I guess we can put captions for anyone who is Oh, let's watch it twice. So let's watch it without captions, then with captions. Okay. We've been clowning for 2 years. Oh, hold on. Sorry. Need to also take out annotations. I'm sorry. It bothers me. Okay. Oh my god, Clive, look at him.
You all know the target. Shiva's dominant. And only the dominant.
It looks so good already.
The girl will be among us. Our kind do not question orders. We follow them. Sergeant, let's summon their icon. Icon? That thing's
Oh, this is so good. Is it too quiet? It's a bit loud.
Our foe will not relinquish their mother crystal easily.
Oh my god, yes. This is gonna be amazing. I don't know anything about the story, but it's gonna be amazing.
We should not be out of doors. We have discussed this. Come, Joshua. Your father will be expecting us.
I am Joshua's shield. I'm sworn to protect him.
Oh my god, it's so cool.
What do you mean you refuse? Did you not pledge your sword to our cause?
What does it matter? It was the
I want to know more about her.
Crusaders in the Battle of the Twin Realms, was it not?
Without the blessing of the Mother Crystal, we cannot defend our realm from the spread of the Blight.
It's Reeves.
So, I sent in the Dragoons. Imperial Vipers. Do they really mean to invade us?
Oh man, this is gonna be so good, guys.
It's the Archduke's son.
Phoenix.
Joshua! Stop this!
Second icon of alive. But that's impossible.
Do you think Clive is Ifrit? Oh my god, this is so epic. Holy shit.
Has shaped our history.
I haven't watched this in a while. I'm getting goosebumps. Oh.
Enough.
Oh my god.
I'll kill you. If it's the last thing I do.
Oh my god. Oh man, I remember I lost my shit like at that title reveal. I lost my shit. Okay, let's watch it again with closed captions for those who have a bit of impaired hearing. We can watch it again so you can see what they said. I don't think Clive will shelter Ifrit, but I think he will use his blessing. So who do you think became Ifrit in that scene just now? Following content is captured on PC, emulating the PS5. I wonder what happened to him. You got, like, people.
Target, Shiva's dominant.
People think that he's
and only the dominant.
sorry.
How do we even know the girl will be among us?
Our kind do not question orders, we follow them.
Some people said that like Clive is part of like a slave or slaves of knights or something.
Icon? That thing's a bloody mountain.
Ah, so good.
Our foe will not relinquish their mother crystal easily. This will be a bitter fight.
You should not be out of doors. We have discussed this. Come, Joshua. Your father will be expecting us.
I am Joshua's shield.
Oh my god, this is gonna be so good.
I'm sworn to protect him.
What do you mean you refuse? Did you not pledge your swords to our cause?
What does it matter? It was the Dalmex who drove back the Crusaders in the Battle of the Twin Realms, was it not?
Without the blessing of the Mother
Dalmex?
Crystal, we cannot defend our realm from the spread of the Blight.
So they sent in the Dragoons. Imperial Vipers. Do they really mean to invade us?
It's the Archduke's son.
Phoenix.
Joshua! Stop this!
Yeah, like who is that dude?
That's impossible.
Like who became Ifrit?
The legacy of the crystals.
I love this.
Has shaped our history. Enough.
Yeah, the blood splatters does look kind of weird.
I'll kill you. If it's the last thing I do.
Oh my god, guys. It's so epic. It's honestly so epic. I can't. It's so good. Yeah, what I'm just curious is like who's this Ifrit dude? Who turned into Ifrit? I wonder. You guys don't think Clive is Ifrit? So it's so interesting. It's so interesting. We can do a little bit like theory crafting today. Hold on, let me just put up some music in the background. Get some good vibes going on. Hold on 1 second. All right, cool. Alrighty. Joshua is different? You guys think Joshua is different? Proper British accents? I mean, it's I'm pretty sure it's going to be okay. Well, I'll talk about it, but I know that they did the recording, I think, in London. But I looked at some of my previous translations, so I think maybe we can go from one of the first ones. Over here it says this was this was posted like right after the trailer was released, September 28th, 2020. Let's see what they said.
でも今回ちょっと頑張りはしたんですよ。なんだムービーレンダリングしたすごい映像とロゴ版はちょっと今回はそうじゃなくしたいなと思って。
Oh yeah.
まあそのできるだけリアルタイムのインゲームで動いてる素材で。
Sorry, I just noticed this was small.
ちょっときつくてやっぱ時期的にはまだ最適化とかそのチューニングとかまあ全然やってないから結構しんどいんですけど、特に最近ねこの後すぐ出るタイトルと比較される。ただレンダリングトレーラーとかだとなんかこうじゃあ2035年にお会いしましょうみたいなコメント見たん実際アメリカ。
It's so funny.
なんか一応こうちゃんと動いてるものでなんて。
He's like, in America, I saw those kind of comments. Like, if we're gonna show a rendered trailer, then we're not gonna see the game until 2035. All right, so this was like posted on September 28th during a letter to the live. What was it, the Dark Apocalypse? Maybe I forgot exactly. Live letter maybe about the Dark Apocalypse. I don't remember exactly what this live letter was for. But at that time, Yoshida just wanted to say that like they did everything in real time, so none of that you see was pre-rendered. Because if it was pre-rendered, I guess with Square Enix's like history of showing stuff a little too early, that people in America specifically were like commenting like, oh god, if it's pre-rendered, then we're not going to see it until 2035, which I thought was pretty funny. He's like throwing a little shade. I guess it's kind of true though. So and then right after in November, I think that the FF16 Twitter account tweeted that there was supposed to be 9 icons, and then we have so far seen Ifrit, Phoenix, Shiva, Titan. So this is just me like guessing, but I'm assuming we're gonna see like Rama, Leviathan, Bahamut. But I also saw Garuda as one of Clive's summons that he uses in battle. So I guess Garuda would probably be one of them. So yeah, that was interesting because they also deleted it, which I guess they didn't want to really reveal that information yet. And then this was from another live letter. This is now we're in February already, February 2021. And this was talking about Yoshi P's weekly hours, like what he does on a daily weekly basis, and he works around like 70 hours a week, which is insane. And his personal work is him replying to emails since he gets so many damn emails. He barely takes lunch breaks, and he works on both FF16 and FF14 each week. So you can see here his schedule. Let's see, where was it that he showed? Oh, here we go. Like FF16 over here, a related work. So it's actually quite a lot. The one's in green. So he spends like 2 days out of his 5-day week working on FF16. So that's pretty interesting. And I know that FF16 has been in development since what, 2017 or something? Around that time, I believe. So I think, yeah, it's definitely come really far. But yeah, as you can see, this is like a lot of it's FF14 related, like MSQ, and then like the Ishgard restoration with the firmament. Wow, it's like really interesting to see these because it's like I now have played all of this for FF14, so now I understand what he was doing. Because I remember when I played, when I posted this in February, I was like, I have no idea what the hell this is. What is Sorrow of Whirlwind? But now I totally know. So yeah, he works at least twice a day, twice a week on FF16. And in total, let's see how many hours. This is 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock, and then from 8 to 9. No, sorry. Oh yeah, 8 to 9. So, or actually 2 to 3, 8 to 9. 2 hours. This is 3 hours. Yeah, maybe half of his day. Maybe a third of his day dedicated to FF16. That's very interesting. And then this was posted on the Washington Post. Yoshida in February of 2021 said, "We don't want to say something that's half-baked and cause speculation on the title. With any Final Fantasy fan, depending on which Final Fantasy title is your jam, the point that you get excited will tend to differ." So basically he's just saying that he didn't want to reveal too much information because if it's not followed up like in a timely manner, then people will get kind of disappointed based on previous track record of Square Enix. I understand, I get that. So I think it's kind of funny that he threw a little shade. Oh, sorry, what did you guys say? You're still talking about Ifrit, right? Since you can see Clive's attacks using multiple icons, I think Ifrit's icon is a mystery, or he was artificially made since he doesn't feel very natural. Yeah, Nachtflügel, 2017 is when the game should have been in production, right? I forgot where I read that. Light and dark icons. Oh yeah, Trista, Odin is confirmed, huh? Right. So then if Odin, Garuda, Ifrit, Shiva, Titan, Phoenix. I wonder who are the other two. It's very interesting. Anyway, as we go further, this was also in February, from Gematsu. Wrote, "I'm from the generation that has been playing the Final Fantasy series for the first time, from the first game in real time. I'm almost in my 50s. I think the Warriors of Light have grown up in their own worlds, so I want to create a world of Final Fantasy that those who know the good and bad of reality can also be passionate about." So this is Yoshida talking about the basic story of FF16. And this is also reiterated in the Uniqlo blurb that came out last week, so I'll explain. So he says, "I believe that there are certain hardships that are experienced when becoming an adult. So I want to make the main theme of the game something that those who grew up playing Final Fantasy and understand reality can still enjoy, get something out of, and think about." So basically, like, from what he's implying, the game is about like the hardships of reality, but also like not just like the bad parts, but like, you know, reality is not just fun and games, but it's also has its hardships, but it's still, you know, something that you can enjoy. So I think he's taking that experience and putting it into this game, and into the story, which makes me really excited because it's going to probably be very, very deep, probably very sad, but this kind of continues on with the Uniqlo one, which so that was in February of 2021. He already talked about that, and then in the Uniqlo blurb he talks about it again, which I translated it to we aim to deliver a comprehensive game full of story and gameplay, unlike an online game. No, this part, sorry. I think it's a very fleshed out story for those who have grown up and realized that reality isn't kind to you and have drifted away from Final Fantasy. We hope that FF16 will be a game that can bring back anew the passion that you once had with the series. Oh, thank you, Luca. Cheers. So he kind of reiterates what he said back in February of 2021, where the game is kind of geared towards or aimed for people who kind of have grown out of Final Fantasy, like kind of, you know, experience life and its hardships and realize that reality isn't that kind, right, to you. So I think that the story is going to be pretty real. Like it's going to be based pretty deep in like like reality, as in like real hardships that people go through, even though it's like in a fantasy world, right? So I'm very excited for that. So going from there to the next update. So from February till July of 2021, we didn't get that much updates. And this is from, let's see, where was this one from? Oh, I think this is in another stream or something. So let me just let's go back and read what this said. Yoshida on FF16. So this is in July. We have all the scenarios set in stone already. Okay, July 2021. And the voice recording for the English version is in its final stages. Development is going well. It's quite difficult to make sure the quality is amazing. We want the next announcement to be something where everyone watches and says, I'm going to buy this game. Thus, we are putting a lot of effort to making sure the quality is great. I want to show something at a Tokyo Game Show, but I'm not sure if we will make it that deadline. I don't like throwing out bits to string people along with small updates, so I want to show it when it's ready. So this part, I'm going to buy this game. So that's basically like also reiterated in the Famitsu article that came out yesterday, where they kind of touched up on that, where Yoshida does mention that like the next time they show the game, it's something that people would see and want to be like, oh, I want to buy it now, and then they can buy it now. So I think that kind of implies that when we're going to get the next trailer, we will probably see a release date. I am very confident that we're going to see a release date with the next trailer. Ho, you're asking, I wonder why the US PR team got mad at Yoshi P. So I think what happened with that is Yoshida mentioned during the Nier stream that like Uniqlo, because he was part of the FF16 brand, they asked him specifically like, hey, can you give like a couple comments about FF16, just because, you know, like nen no tame, it's like you know, just because, like, you maybe just give some comment to give something because it's the 35th anniversary, and then so he made that comment, which is this Uniqlo comment, and then he specifically says like ouzume, which means like it's pretty much like done. It's like in this final stages, and then that's like huge news, right? That no one like heard about because we haven't heard about this game for months. So that's why everyone was like, wait, what? And then I guess he didn't really tell the US side because, okay, so this is a Uniqlo magazine here. It's a free magazine, and it just has like pictures of the various collaborations and stuff. And this is the FF 35th. Hold on, let me put it close up so you guys can see. This is the Final Fantasy 35th anniversary part. And Yoshi P is actually the last interview here. Over here, and then you can see like on the bottom there's like FF16. His blurb is literally like just that little paragraph. I don't know if you can see. Oh my god, the paragraph here, that's his blurb. I guess he didn't really, you know, think that it's that big of a issue or so forth. Oh, the FF7 page, yes. I didn't translate any of the FF7 one because it's just Kitase talking about the difference of going from pixels to like 3D graphics. It's very pretty. They have a picture of Aerith from the opening and the Midgar city from the opening. And I'll show you guys all of the pictures. This is the like concept art. And then, again, this is the picture of the various summons, I think? Monsters, and some summons, and also the protagonists of each numbered FF, and some villains. Let's see. And that's it. Yeah, that's it for the Uniqlo magazine. But in the near stream, Yoshi P was like, yeah, I mean, I just gave them a little information. I just said, you know, some information about FF16. And then the PR team got mad at him because I guess since it wasn't something that people, you know, were like widely known, the PR team messaged him and sent him like, he said like a very like tsumetai meiru, which is like very, very cold email, like very business. And it's like, oh, so you commented about FF16. Did you really need to do that? If you did, you know, we could have given you a bit more information to talk about. So like that's like kind of the tone of the email he got. And then but the thing that's funny is that he said that they got mad at him again. Which makes me wonder, like, what is that? When was he in trouble before? I think it's because now that I have all of these tabs open of my previous translations throughout the year, every single time you get information is from someone else's stream, is not from FF16 itself. So I think like every time anyone invites Yoshi P to their stream, he like accidentally lets something slip because the person who invited him asks, and then that's why he gets in trouble. It's super funny, but like I totally forgot he was also on Sakaguchi's stream like earlier last year as well. Hold on, let me look for where the Sakaguchi one. Hold on. Where is it? Where is Sakaguchi's stream? Are? Let's see. Where was it? Hold up. Let me find it. Might not have a post or a link to that one. Give me a second. Oh yeah, sorry. I have it over there. Not bad. I think it's the next one. Or what, around here. Hold up. I just closed something. Oh yeah, here we go. Yoshi P's updates on FF16 via Sakaguchi's interview. This was during his like random TGS interview in October of 2021, and his updates that he talked to Sakaguchi about was, this is in October, okay guys? So main scenarios are complete. They're working on the last parts of the side quests. Character models are done. Still need to increase the quality in some parts. Okay, so like this quality thing, he keeps on talking about it over and over throughout the year. And he's reiterating it again in the near stream. So I'm very interested to see how much the quality has changed from that Awakening trailer. He also said they worked quite long on this game, and it's a very action-oriented game. Oh, format typo, my bad. Character models are done, but still need to increase the quality in some parts. And then the direct quote is, so the game is pretty much done. And then Yoshida says, yes, character models are done too, but we just need to increase the quality in some parts. And then Sakaguchi says, that's great. Sakaguchi also asked Yoshida to let him write a side quest, like how Yokotaro requested, but Yoshida laughs and says they're already working on the last bits of side quest parts. The devs team started off small and worked mainly on scenarios first before anything else. So, I think that it's quite safe to say that the main base of the game, all of the content, the story, possibly even voice recording is done. But the only thing that is not done is the quality check, which Yoshida mentions a lot. Quality check, debugging, which I think takes quite a while, and fine tuning. So there's still like a lot that needs to be done, but it's not related to developing the game. It's more like fine tuning the game. So let's go a little bit back before the Sakaguchi one. So we were still back in July just now, right? Where I mentioned that when the next time they show FF16, it's when you are gonna think like, oh, I want to buy the game, and then I can buy the game. So I'm pretty sure that this means we'll get a release date, and we might even get the pre-order information by the time we see that release date. Let me check what you guys wrote. I believe it was when Yokotaro was asking Yoshi P about FF16. You mean when he got in trouble? Perhaps. Next, Flugel, you said, PR always likes to control what's being told to the public. Yeah. Some people say that FF16 trailer graphics looks not that good. I mean, I personally think it was fine. But yeah, like the part where Ifrit's like ripping someone apart, like that part could be a little bit less, or like, not less, but more, I don't know, detailed, but it looked good for me. I mean, I'm not a huge like person who gets turned off if the quality is a little bad. Like as long as the story is really good, that's kind of, and the characters are compelling, that's kind of all I really care about, and music. So for me, like quality wise and frame rate wise, I am not too picky on. I just really care about like characters are good, story is good, and the music is good. If they have those three, I will, and those three are great, then I would love the game. Yeah, graphics are good enough for me too. Yeah, Kino. I'm very not picky with like frame rates and how fine-tuned the graphics look, and like even for me, like battle system, I'm okay. I don't really like playing pixel Final Fantasies right now because I am not a big fan of turn-based games. I know, I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. But for like gameplay, I'm not too picky about either. Boo, you said, I remember people complains about the graphics in the Awakening trailer. I think you took it to heart. Oh, and then make it priority to polish it. I see. That sucks because I don't know how many people are actually going to be like, oh my god, I couldn't see enough blood or something, like maybe it's just like more fine tuning like the battle systems and the gameplays and stuff like that. On Sakaguchi's stream, he talked about the FF16 character skill tree being very deep. Oh, interesting. I didn't like watch all of it, so that's very interesting to know. They were not next gen in some aspects. It lacked some polish. Yeah, I mean, I think right now the difference between the difference between PS4 and PS5 graphics is so subtle. I think that technology, the further advanced we get, like we can only reach so much that like you can see graphics that are really crisp, or like reality, like realism and so forth, or like I think you can only reach so much, like, and do so much, and above that there's really like not that much difference. Like of course from like PlayStation 1 to PlayStation 2 that was a pretty big jump, and then PS2 to PS3 that was also a pretty big jump, but from PS3 to PS4 to PS5 I don't think that, like, I mean, I was recently watching some PlayStation 3 FF13 cutscenes, and I'm like, this looks freaking awesome. Like, I don't see that much of a difference. And I think that's going to be less and less noticeable. So for me, PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 graphics are almost the same. I don't know. That's just me. But then again, I don't really care too much about graphics. So what's important for me, it's just characters are good, story is good, and music is good. Sorry, subtext, he wrote, there was an interview at some point, I think during a live letter, where Yoshida said they didn't want to make a trailer with some cinematics. Oh yeah, I mentioned that earlier just now in the stream. But he mentioned that back in September 28th of 2020, right when the trailer was dropped, like a week after the trailer was dropped, and he mentioned that he did not want to release a pre-rendered trailer because he was afraid that people were going to be like, oh well, if it's pre-rendered the game is never coming out. Which, I mean, it's good, it sets a good precedent, because I like how Kingdom Hearts 4 was also like that, right? Nomura said the game, the trailer we saw for Kingdom Hearts 4 was also captured in game. It's not pre-rendered, which I like that. It just, as long as they're transparent, telling us like, it's still rough, but at least it's captured on the system it's supposed to be, or captured in real time, then it gives people a bit more assurance, I think, that the game is not going to be released in 10 years. Kino, you said one of the things that makes me really excited is how Creative Business Unit 3 is going to make more cinematic scenes in FF16 due to it being an action game. Oh yeah, I know, I love this, because FF14 doesn't have many. I mean, there are a lot of cutscenes in FF14, but they're not like CG cutscenes, right? But FF16 is going to get CG cutscenes, so I'm so excited for it. I'm so excited. Real, you said the difference is noticeable when you go to the finer details and optimization. Good graphics may stress the PS4, but may be light for the PS5. That's true. I think the main things that you'll notice, if there are differences between PS4 and PS5, is like loading speeds. Like when I play FF14 on my PS5 and I'm playing with my sister who's playing on the PS4, I'm like, I load instantly, and I'm like, where are you? I'm already at like Limsa Liminsa, and she's like, Audrey, I'm still loading. PS4 takes a while. And I'm like, all right, PS5 is instant. And she's always like, that's great. That's great. I'm very thankful that I was able to get a PS5. I think subtext right now that it's currently confirmed for PS5. I don't know if they're going to make it available for PS4, but who knows? I'm really curious. Cybra, you said, I'm really curious if the game will have DLCs. Yeah, I am very curious about that as well. I don't know. Like, I think that, well, I guess it's kind of hard to tell with Creative Business Unit 3, but I feel like they will just want, like, their game to be complete by the time it's released, Like, I feel like they don't want it to have like DLC, but I don't know, that's probably not really their call, right? Like, but yeah, I wonder. I know that Stranger of Paradise is getting DLC though, right? So, but yeah, I'm not too adverse to DLC. I kind of like it. Is that weird? I like how, I don't know, like it just kind of keeps you in the game again. Because like if any game is released in its entirety, after you finish playing the game in like a week or 2 weeks, like that's it, right? And then of course you have hard mode and like new game plus and so forth. But like it's not that much different from your first playthrough, right? I mean, it's still like challenging, but it's not the same as like the first experience, right? But I kind of like the concept of DLC where it's like, oh, and we're gonna add a little bit more, so you go back into the game and you relive the game and the experience again, with a different story or with like additional like side quests. Like I kind of like that personally. Hold on 1 second. Trying to. Alrighty. Sorry, I had to change something on my settings just now. Subtext, he said, Night Sky Prince talked about 60 on a stream a lot lately, and when you look at the map and details about the kingdoms, there's a lot in the game. Could be very long and meaty. Lame boy! Do you think it will have cat boys? I mentioned it in my tweet, but I personally want other races other than humans. Like I want to see like Mikote, or not exactly Mikote, but like similar kind of like animal, what are they called, anthropomorphic characters like Viera. Genki Gamer, you said Square Enix did DLC for FF15, Kingdom Hearts 3, FF7 remake, FF16 will definitely have DLC. Yeah, I totally think that it's possible. But then again, like CBU 3 is quite like, I don't know, I think they have a very, very strict schedule, and I think they really want to deliver as much of a complete story as possible. But I mean, again, like the DLC might not be like something that's like, oh, if you don't play it, then you don't get the whole story. It's more like just additions to get you back into the game, which I personally don't mind. And then this is another little tidbit from a PLL, FF14 Letter Live, where he says that FF16 team is aiming for the next reveal to show off the battle system, as well as things that have not even been touched upon yet. So I'm guessing story. Yeah, so we're still back in July for this information here. Oh yeah, so like we're still back in July, but Yoshida also talked about FF16 during another live stream, not related to Nier, not related to Sakaguchi, but Washaga no TV. It's like kind of like a comedy live stream. He was invited on that, and then they also asked him about FF16. Which is super funny. Like everyone wants to know, and Yoshida's like, oh, I can't say anything. But what he said here is that English recording came first, and English voice acting was done with full facial animation capture for almost each scene. He also mentioned that English recording is the furthest, and Japanese voice recording is getting there. So basically, during this Washaga no TV, like, Yoshida also dropped completely new information that no one knew about. This is probably why the PR team is like constantly mad at him. But so he said that English recording came first, and also the Japanese voice recording was getting there. And this was posted in July 26th of last year. We are now in May. It's been 10 months ago, about nine and a half months ago. I'm pretty sure within that 9-month period, they are pretty much done with Japanese voice recording, possibly even other language voice recording. I remember when we talked with John Bentley, voice of Barrett from FF7 Remake, when Harada, my friend Harada and I on Itai Chat, we talked to John, and he said that like for FF7 Remake, his recording took about like 9 months, I think. But it wasn't like straight recording of 9 months. It was just like recording and then go back to redo something or add another line. But like the whole process took about, I think he said 9 months. So, you know, I mean, Japanese recording, let's say that they didn't do any Japanese recording until last year, July. I mean, it's May. That's 9 months ago. So I don't know. I think we're pretty like close with the Japanese recording, and as well as other languages as well. Noctifalugo, you said, I'm guessing Sony will do an event next month. Yeah, hopefully, maybe even this month or next month. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I guess they might do like a state of play for it. Yeah, Cybra, yeah, state of play, end of May. God, I hope so. PR at this moment. Dan, you said PR at this moment must have a red phone to Square Enix Japan for these situations. It's so funny. It's honestly hilarious. I love how they have to do this. You should get some Yoshi P emojis. Oh my god. Oh yes, again, for those of you joining us, if you are into FF14, I have new emojis. Specifically, I have Emmerich emojis. If anyone's interested, if you want to sub, you can get some cool ass Emmerich emojis. I'm getting more, actually. I'm getting more commission, but I just noticed that there's not many Emmerich emojis out there. So I went and commissioned more. But yeah, the artist, her name is Carousel Art. She's amazing. Let me drop her link. She is super fast with drawing emotes. So if anyone wants custom emotes, highly recommend her. Thank you, Dan. Thank you. All right, so we're still in July, but yeah, he mentioned during the Washagano TV collaboration stream that yeah, English recording came first. English voice acting was done with full facial animation capture for almost each scene. And English recording is the furthest, and Japanese voice recording is getting there. So yeah, I think that at this point we can assume that voice recording is pretty much in the can as well. All right, let's go to the next one. Oh, this is pretty funny. So like, this was during another stream where they were asking, Yoko Taro was on the stream asking Yoshi P about FF16 being at Tokyo Game Show, and Yoshida was like, I don't think it will be. But this here, you guys just watch what he said. I subbed it as well. Oh, let me move this so you guys can see the subs. Okay. He said, 出たら遊べるんで, so like, basically like, Yoshida wants it so that when you see the game, you can play it. I think that demo's coming like really soon after we get the next trailer personally. That's like kind of, I don't know, he kind of implies that because, or if not like a demo, he doesn't want the waiting period between the trailer announcement and the game being released to be that long.
僕自身が飽きちゃうんで、それはもうチームにもすごい話をしていて、ディレクターやってる高井さんとも握って、もうとにかくもう遊べる、早く遊びて、早く出せよ、分かった、出せよっていう風にしていきたいから、あんまりこう まあもちろんね会社的にはねこう TGS ぐらいなんかっていうのはあるでしょうけど
今ので TGS ちょっとがっかり感出ちゃってだって。
いやいやいや
FF の新作出ないんだ。
びっくりしたんですよこの前なんか E3
だって出さなかった。
でもだってあれ事前
Saito just like grilling him.
商品ラインナップね。
そうそうだから入ってないから
そうね。
出るわけ、まあ、サプライズがあると思っちゃうから
ないです TGS ないですないです
俺がやっときましょうかなんか代わりに。
It's so funny. Yeah, so this is the part where like Yoshida says specifically like when the game is announced, he wants people to be like, "Oh shit, I want to play that game." And then Square Enix will be like, "All right, well, here you go." So, he pretty much wants to release it when the game is he wants to release a trailer when the game is ready to go. Like and he did mention that during Golden Week, he was also reviewing the marketing plan for the game. So I think, guys, that we're really close. We're really close. Corsicast, you said, I contacted you on Twitter. I made an article about the development of FF16, gathering interviews of Naoki, Yoshida, Suzuki, and Kujiraoka, and recruitment offers of the CB3, as well as a theory analysis of FF16. Oh, shit. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, we can look at that after after I go through the chronology of this. Thank you so much. The Nier team is really good at poking him. Yeah, they're like, hey, you got some news, and then he's like, oh, for fuck's sake, again. It's so funny. It's like a meme at this point. I wish they, Nax Flugo, you said, I wish they could push Forspoken to December or early next year. FF16 can come out in September, October. It's like how Nintendo switched, or I mean, I don't think it's officially, said, but it seems like they switched Splatoon and the next Xenoblade games release dates, right? Imagine they did that with Forspoken and FF16. I feel like it would be insane, like in-house gonna have like some insane like heat. What is my most optimistic release month and least optimistic? My most optimistic release month would be March 2023. I just think like from experience with like how anime and video games, like anime titles, video game titles, even merchandise is released. Like there's always about a 9-month period of marketing, like 6 to 9 months of marketing. And I think that's just standard for Japanese IPs. So I personally think that if we're going to get information, let's say this month, that the earliest we can see the game is like February or March of 2023. I do not think the game is coming out this year. I mean, it would be amazing if it could. Like, I guess my like pipe dream would be the game comes out December 2022. But I highly doubt that's going to happen. Only because that gives them such little time to market the game. But I don't know. Again, Yoshida mentioned that he is currently reviewing the marketing plan. He did that during Golden Week, so it's possible that they might have a shorter marketing period. But I mean, like, if you guys think about it, like FF14 6.0 Endwalker was announced in February, right? And then they released it originally in November during like Thanksgiving, but then they pushed that back to like early December, 2 weeks. And that's, exactly 9 months. So I think that like, that's pretty standard. But what I think Yoshida means about like what he's saying in this TGS video is that like, when they release it, that's also when you can buy it. So when they released FF14 Endwalker, the full trailer during FanFest of 2021, you could buy the PlayStation or the computer PC bundle already, and you can reserve the game at that time. This was in May, so let's see, May and then December is when the game came out. It's like 7 months. So at that time, yeah, like they released the trailer, which they, was amazing. And then they also released the pre-orders. I think that's what's going to happen with FF16. They're going to release the trailer. It's going to be amazing. And then pre-orders are going to be open on that day. And I think that in between, we might get a demo. But I don't think that we're going to get the game until February or March of 2023. It really depends on how much Square Enix wants their fiscal year to like get boosted. So like if they have a marketing plan and like a financial plan that's like, okay, FF16 needs to release in 2022 fiscal year, then yes, it will release in February or March. But if they're like, 2022, we can just work with whatever we released and then release FF16 in the next fiscal year, then that will be probably around April 2023. Which I think, I don't know. I mean, if I were Square Enix, I don't see that many big hard hitters in 2022's fiscal year for them right now. So if it was me, if I had the decision, I would release it within the fiscal year of 2022 just to boost sales and also to give investors like more incentive to invest, and also coming into the next fiscal year 2023 have them be more I don't know, like confident that Square Enix can still make great games. That's personally what I think. And if it was me, if I was in charge of this marketing plan, I would definitely aim for a Q4 fiscal year release. 9-month marketing plans sound outdated. I mean, like, the fastest would be 6 months. Fastest. But, like, I don't know if they really want to release it close to Forspoken, because I feel like if they were to release the game close to Forspoken, it would definitely cannibalize each other. More so, FF16 will cannibalize Forspoken. So I don't think that they would want to do that in their best interests, just financially. So I personally think it won't be out until like Pipe Dream, again, December 2022. Highly doubt that. But February, March 2023 is kind of, I mean, I wouldn't say it's optimistic. I think it's realistic based on what he's saying. But let's keep on going. So in September of 2021, Yoshida also mentioned some stuff about FF16 in Famitsu's interview. And whoa, what is this? I don't even know what this is. Whatever. Famitsu says, let's see, he says he debunks comments about him not working on FF14 much because he's too busy with FF16. Yoshi says both Endwalker and FF16 are both working towards completion. Again, it's like, working towards being done and to look forward to what's to come. So he, in like verbatim, says expectations, this is Famitsu, they're saying expectations must be very high for what's to come in FF14. And then Yoshida says, we always strive to create the best game possible, but we really tried our best to make Shadowbringers a great game. And I feel like this was properly conveyed to the players, which I'm very glad. On that note, this is not the end of FF14, so we hope that you can look forward to what's in store in the future. Also, I sometimes see on social media comments like Yoshida is working on FF16, so he's too busy and his hands off with FF14. This is absolutely not true. I am desperately working on it, so I hope you'll stick with me from here on out. So again, going back to his schedule that they posted. Where is his schedule? Oh, here. Back in February of 2021, he works on FF16 at least 2 days in a business week, at least 2 days. So and then just now, like I mentioned again, Sakaguchi also asked Yoshida about FF16, and he said in October, this is during the Tokyo Game Show 2021 stream that Sakaguchi had about Final Fantasy, Yoshida said, the main scenarios are complete. They're working on the last parts of side quests. Character models are done. They still need to increase the quality in some parts. They've worked quite long on this game. It's a very action-oriented game. And Sakaguchi asks Yoshida if he can write a side quest in the game, but Yoshida said that they're already working on the last bits of side quests. And the devs team started off small and worked mainly on main scenarios first before anything else. So like up until this point, in October 2021, what we know from Yoshida, again, October, this is 6 months ago, almost 6 months ago. What we know is that at that point, main scenarios were done. English voice recording was almost done. Character models are almost done. Side quests were almost done. And what was left is quality check. This was back in October. So it seems like he's at this point, like if the main scenarios are done, then what's left is probably just fine tuning, right? And then this is the post that they officially made, FF16 account officially made in December, that says, message from the producer. Greetings, everyone. When last we spoke, I promised I would have more information on Final Fantasy XVI sometime later in 2021. However, I regret to inform you that I will be unable to keep that promise as complications stemming from the ongoing COVID pandemic have delayed the game's development by almost a half year. As the latest addition to the Final Fantasy series being developed for the PlayStation 5, Final Fantasy XVI has amassed a sizable team composed of talented creators from all around the world. However, in an effort to offset the effects of COVID, we've had to decentralize that workforce by permitting staff to tackle their assignments from home. This has unfortunately hampered communication from the Tokyo office, which in turn has led to delays or in extreme cases cancellations of asset deliveries from our outsourced partners. That said, we have spent much of 2021 addressing this issue and hope to see its impact to a minimum by the next year, allowing us to better focus on the tasks at hand, increasing graphic resource quality, refining combat mechanics, fleshing out individual battles, putting the finishing touches on cutscenes, and conducting overall graphical optimization. Our primary goal now is to be as hands-on with the game as possible in order to see it fully polished. So this is back in December. So that leaves us with the question, when can we expect the next round of information? Well, I am happy to announce the current plan is to conduct our next big reveal in spring of 2022 as we seek to build excitement leading up to the game's eventual release. I deeply apologize to all those who have been looking forward to learning more about FF16 and thank you for your continued patience while we focus our combined efforts on development. So, again, he mentions this graphic quality improvement and fine-tuning and like optimization over and over. So I wonder what exactly they're working on. Like, do you guys think that maybe some graphic thing issue happened and that's why they had to keep on refining it? Because they've been literally refining it for like forever. He like mentions this in every little blurb that came out up until December of 2021. So I'm very curious what exactly they're trying to refine. I'm not very familiar with how the like debugging and refining, polishing process works in video games, but like in general, how long does it take? Something turned up in quality assurance? Yeah, probably, right? Era Alter, you said they definitely want to get it out before FF2 marketing. Yeah, I don't think we're going to hear about FF7 Remake Part 2 until next year. Oh, I'm not Nact Flugo. I've never played World of Final Fantasy. Bobski, you said, I doubt for the demo, people will be data mined. Oh, people will data mine it. Yeah, I think that's just inevitable. It sucks, but... FF16 state of play. I need it. I need it. I honestly... Holy shit. In the Japanese message, it says 5 to 6 months delay. Oh yeah, right. How come they didn't say that in the English one? What the heck? I definitely heard. I remember reading like it was like 6ヶ月 or something like that somewhere, and I guess that was a Japanese one. It's probably just probably better understanding PS5 and the engine. Yeah, the quality checks that they're doing, it's like kind of interesting. I don't know, like, does it take like years to do quality check? Because if they already had the main scenarios done back in October, or at least that's when that's when he talked about it, then quality checks like takes that long, or not. I don't know. But after December, this was also in December. This was every year Famitsu does like a creator's like little blurb and what they want for the next year, and their like aspirations and stuff. And Yoshida says that a key word for 2022 is return to origins, and his aspiration for 22 is FF14, a new adventure begins. So that's like newfound adventure that came out in April, patch 6.1. And then FF16, it's time to polish the game so that we can stick to our original concepts. I wonder what that really means. Like, it's time to polish the game so we can stick to the original concepts? Quite curious. And then he's also interested in Matrix Resurrection. And his recent updates, he says, like, let me take a break for the beginning of the year. However, I'll go full throttle in the spring. So that's now. So I'm guessing they are going full throttle now. XBB, you said it depends on what kind of issues they found. Like, do you think it's like PS5 issues? Cybra, QE takes a year or so after, or for sorry, what is AAA? Oh, so you mean for AAA games, right? AAA games. Subtext: FF7 remake scenarios was done in 2017. Scenario completion is pretty early in the process. I see. But voice recording was also done for FF16 too, as well as facial capture. So, and if the game was worked on since 2017, this year would be the 5th year of production, right? Oh my god, do you guys think that they would do a live letter for FF16? That would be insane. Yeah. Scenario is basically script for English Western terms. Do you think it could show up at Summer Games Fest on June 9th? I usually associate Square with Sony shows, but I'm just desperate. I think that's a good chance. Oh, okay. And then, so like in February of this year, it was during one of the PLLs for FF14. They mentioned that the lady who is currently doing the localization for FF14, she's like kind of taken over Koji Fox, because Koji Fox's position is now doing main localization for FF16. And she said they specifically mentioned during the producer live letter that she has been helping and assisting with the localization work since Shadowbringers. So that means that Koji Fox has also been working on FF16's localization for almost 2 or 3 years. So I think that not only is the scenario, like the thing that he mentioned, that the main scenarios are complete, this is, I don't think he means that it's just the script writing that's complete. It's basically like they're done making it. Because if Koji Fox was already working on localization for like 2 to 3 years, then the script is already very well, worked on for several years already. So It's very exciting, interesting information. I just love how we get these little bits of information randomly. Like, we don't even get them from FF16's like Twitter. They just randomly pop up and we have to like search for them. I feel like it would be better if they were just to like post a little bit, you know, here and there whenever Yoshida mentions something new, because that wouldn't like be stringing us along per se, right? It would just give us some updates. Yeah, Yoshi P is leaking info. Exactly. Sony isn't doing Summer Games Fest. I don't think was Sony on the list. I don't remember. I feel like even though there's no E3 happening, they were still do like each respective company will still do their own live stream or something. All right, so now we're back. We're in April now. So this Uniqlo information was released just a week ago. Again in this Uniqlo magazine, just a week ago. Yeah, we can go over it one more time. So Yoshida comments saying, we're in the final stages of development for the new numbered game in the series, Final Fantasy XVI. We aim to deliver a comprehensive game full of story and gameplay. Unlike an online game that involves many players at the same time, FF16 offers a different experience where it focuses on the individual player and immerses you in the story. I think it's a very fleshed out story. For those who have grown up and realized that reality isn't kind to you and have drifted away from Final Fantasy, we hope that FF16 will be a game that can bring back anew the passion that you once had with the series. So again, he says, in Japanese, he says, 今は最新作 FF16 の開発が大詰めです which means in verbatim is like FF16, the new numbered title in the series, is development is currently in the final stage, in like the end game, where like it's wrapping up pretty much. So that is in verbatim what he said in the Uniqlo magazine. So kind of, yeah, big info, big news. So that's why they got mad at him. It's super funny, but you know, it happens, Yoshida. It's totally fine. Oh yeah, and then he also mentioned that the story is like very fleshed out. Like he said, literally, he said, let me see. Where is this? Oh yeah, he said it's like a very, like literally, it's like a thick, very thick story, which means like it's like very rich, it's very fleshed out. There's like a lot to take in with the story. Which makes me wonder, how long do you guys think the story is going to be? Very curious. Like 40, 50 hours maybe? $50-60 hours? That would be so amazing. Oh, I would love for it to be 60 hours. DLC is bound to happen. Yeah, I agree. 50 plus. Oh man, I really hope it's like 60 hours, guys. I really hope so. Because if it's 60 hours, then that would be, you know, like worth it. Because, for example, Stranger of Paradise, I mean, even though we didn't really hear much about Stranger of Paradise, I finished that game in like under 20 hours. I sped through it, but it was still very fast. And it kind of felt like, oh man, I wanted to play it a little bit more. So if it's 60 hours, I would be so happy. Side quest will add another 50 hours. That would be awesome. I want it to be real epic. I want it to rip my heart out and piece me back together. I just hope that the game doesn't end up with Clive dying. Like FF15, I'm sorry, spoilers for those who haven't played, but like Noctis dying is just such a turnoff. The reason why I didn't finish FF15 is because I already knew like what happens, and I'm like, why would I want to put myself through the misery and watch Noctis die when I spend like 50 hours playing as Noctis? Like, that sucks. 50-hour main quest and 150 hours for side quests. Mini games. Oh my god. Zyru, you like the F15 ending? Like, I didn't. It's not that I didn't like it, but I just didn't want to go through like being so invested into Noctis and then having him die at the end. It's just so heartbreaking. I don't know. Did you read the post-game novel that's set after FF15, which is based off of canceled FF15 DLC? Oh, the Luna Freya one? I didn't read it, but I did hear about it though. It was like pretty much what would have happened if they didn't die, right? You finished it 2 days after it came out? Oh my god, you finished it that quickly? That's amazing. Yeah, I think that the gameplay elements are going to be like definitely Devil May Cry, because Suzuki-san, I forgot his first name, but Suzuki, they brought him from Devil May Cry, so I'm assuming it's going to be like Stranger of Paradise. Correct me if I'm wrong, but is the gameplay for Devil May Cry kind of similar to Stranger of Paradise, where each button is like its own move? Ryota, oh yeah, thank you so much, Kino. Ryota Suzuki. Because FF Origins was like not too bad. Oh, DMC is kind of different. How is the gameplay like for DMC? Like what does each button do? More combo focus. Oh, interesting. Okay. I see. Because, like, I know Stranger of Paradise had combos, but I was like, fuck it, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to button mash. And it got me through the game. I mean, I was playing on easy mode, but, like, that was how I played. There's a lot of mix-up you can do in DMC. I see. Gotcha. But like yeah, so the Uniqlo, oh, this part was really funny, where Saito said like yeah, the Nier guys just like enjoy making Yoshi P like leak little info of FF16. Because like Yoshida was like, oh my god, like I really should not be like talking about this here. And then Saito-san was like, oh yeah, no, it's okay, I know where to draw the line, like I already know what I can ask you. So funny. But this part, yeah, it's from the article, which I didn't post it in my recap tweet for FF16, but they posted the actual dialogue here. Let's see, where is it? No, this is about reincarnation. Oh, wait, maybe it wasn't on Famitsu. Hold on one second. Oh, okay, here we go. Oh yeah, here we go. So he says like the PV is already complete, but due to some unforeseen circumstances, the like release has been delayed a little bit. And then Saito says, I actually, apparently Saito saw some of the PV already, or some of the contents already, and then he said like, oh, like that's probably something that maybe I didn't see it yet. And then Yoshida said like, yeah, you didn't see the content that we were worked on for this PV yet. And then Saito says like, oh, like what you guys made is like honestly like amazing, truly. Like I know that I can't, like I as in like his team cannot do something that amazing. And then that's like the part that I did not add in my little summary tweet. So yeah, basically like Saito said like 本当に like もうすっげーのを作ったって like you made something freaking awesome is pretty much what he said. And then yeah, like yeah, he said like his team can't make something that amazing. So that's very, very exciting to hear. That's very exciting to hear. So yeah, like basically what this tweet I made about the summary of what they were saying, I was like just pretty much listening to it when it was happening, but the quote is from this over here. They transcribed it. Famitsu transcribed it. So he said that like Yoshida thanks Saito like for the praise, because Saito's like saying like, oh, you know, what you guys made is like amazing. And then he's saying that right now the Kaihatsu team, the development team, is like working super hard, and they're trying to make sure that like they're going to like play it, replay it, and play it to make sure that they can polish it, to debug it, and also do any fine tuning. And he wants them to spend quite a lot of time on this. And he says that like they're already like the game is already pretty much taken shape. So what we need, what he wants now is to just take time on what he said previously, which is the polishing, debug, and fine tuning. So like he mentions this polishing thing like already. This is like the 5th time in the past like year of little bits of news that we've gotten. So like I'm sure that they are already doing it, but I just want to know, which like you can't really like, tell from here, but like I just want to know how much time it really takes to polish, and if it's actually polishing that they're doing or if it's something else, you know, because like does it actually take a year to do polishing and debug? I'm not a developer, so I don't really know like what the general like time frame is, but does it take like a year? Mark TY, will you also have FF16 merch after the game will come out? We will definitely have FF16 merch. Even after the code is ready, there's plenty to do, Zairu. Carol, FF16 trailer soon. I am pretty sure that there is going to be yeah, a trailer very soon, like probably within this month or next month at the latest. Oh yeah, actually I remember in the not the transcription, but the actual stream during the Nier stream, like Yoshida mentioned, he was like, yeah, so we said that the next time you're gonna hear news will be in spring, and then he said that like he got some shit for it, like people abroad or maybe even in Japan were asking him like, when is spring to you? Like exactly how long is spring for you? Because he's like afraid that people are like gonna think that they're gonna release it in summer and that's considered his spring. So I thought that was very funny. Subtext, he said, polishing can take quite a bit of time, especially with any crazy bugs. There have been singular bugs that have butterfly effects that break games and take months to figure out. I see. Spring in September. It's just funny because it's like what is spring to you? What exactly is spring to you? Like people are asking that. Oh yeah, Derek, the FF14 Uniqlo shirt is awesome. I'm currently wearing the FF16 one. You can't really see it, but this one right here. But the FF14 one is also amazing. This is a good article about game development challenges. Let's see. The hardest part of making a game is everything. Okay. I just want to see like what happens after. Okay. Anything interacting with anything else. Telling a story. This is very long. Okay, putting it all together. Every single action a character makes in every moment of the game needs to be thoughtfully considered. I just want to know. Oh, it doesn't really explain like what happens with the debug section. I'm guessing it takes a long time though, right? But yeah, this over here. So like, I like how Uniqlo kind of, how Famitsu also kind of like comments about it, because they wrote like the Saishin, the Shinjoho, where Yoshida mentioned this during TGS of 2021. Oh, sorry. No, before TGS, he mentioned like, これを見たら全員買うというものにしたい. So it's like, I want this to be something where if someone sees it, I want to, like, they want to buy it, and then they can buy it. Is what he said in verbatim in the one of the streams. This one, where is it? This one here, back in July. So Famitsu reiterates that, and they said that since the PV is also done, that like it's not inconsiderable to assume that we'll be getting information very soon, which I think yeah, we're probably going to be getting information quite soon, hopefully. Yeah, I'll have to read that IGN article thoroughly. There's a part about debugging. Oh, okay. Spring, but you didn't ask what year. Let's go spring 2024. Imagine. But yeah, so like given all of this information that we've gotten up until this point, and given that like the game is pretty much in its like final stages from what the Uniqlo magazine tells us, I think that we can pretty much safely assume that the game is almost, complete. It's almost done. They just have to do the fine tuning, the debugging, and the polishing. But aside from that, which, I mean, that can of course take like months or possibly even a year. And also we are not counting into, putting, like factoring in possible COVID issues, and like he mentioned in one of his interviews or one of the blurbs that like oh sorry, it wasn't a blurb, it was in the official message. He said that there's like asset deliveries were delayed due to them having stuff outsourced. Like there are a lot of different like things that are unforeseen that we don't know, that only the dev side back end knows, that can hinder upon the release date of the game. But I think it's quite safe to say that the game will be coming out within like the next, I would say within the next fiscal year. Yeah, probably my guess is February or March, but not, I don't think it would be earlier than that. 24-hour streams until the trailer drops. Oh man. If they're gonna do a state of play, I'll like, even if it's at 6 a.m. Japan time, I will definitely stream it. Like it's been so long. Oh, Bo Knuckle, thank you. Yeah, it's my FF16 Uniqlo t-shirt. I don't know if you guys can see a little close. But it's Ifrit, oh sorry, my hair's in the way. Ifrit and Clive. And it's also kind of interesting that the art is new. You've been checking PlayStation Twitter religiously since your tweets. Oh my gosh, like honestly, those same. I've been like checking FF16 Twitter. I have them on notifications on. PlayStation, I check it quite often as well. Which one is my favorite t-shirt, Chris? Oh, the mark on the t-shirt. Let me show you guys. This over here. Yeah, I think it's... Is it the mark on Clive's face? It looks a little different. But here, I'll show you. This is the mark. I think it's the mark on his face, but it kind of also looks slightly different, so I'm not too sure. But it kind of looks different. So like, if you look at the mark on his face, like it's like a Z form. And this one is not a Z. Like it's similar, but it's a little different. Here, like let's look at the guy.
You all know the target.
This dude.
Shiva's dominant. And only.
Okay, here we go. Okay, like look at his face and then look at this. Like it looks kind of different. Like even if you turn it around. Like it looks similar, but it's not the same. Yeah, it's different. So, I don't know. Yeah, the cheek has like more of the X's and this one is like W, which the cheek one does not have a W. Here, I'll show you guys again. Like there's this like W thing going on and the cheek one definitely does not have that. I don't know. Very peculiar. Kino, you said it's a symbol but crossed through with the S line. Yeah, but I don't see that W on his face. I don't know. But yeah, I'm not sure. All I know is that it's new art. So I am very curious. It could be unique for everyone. Or on Joshua's collar. Let's see. Joshua. Oh, it might be that. Hold up.
This will be a bitter fight.
Oh, wait. No, the one on his collar just looks like a regular cross thingy. Curious. Oh, Corsicast, if you just want to link your article in the chat, I can open it up. Oh, thank you, Subtext. All right, let's check it out.
This will be a bitter fight.
Okay. Oh, I see. Okay, so they have to try to reproduce the bug. I see. And that, I mean, I'm not a like programmer, but I do know like basics about programming because when for our website for Aitaikuji, like I am the one who like works really closely with our programmers who work offshore, and like when I encounter a bug and I tell the programmers like, hey, I got a bug, and they're like, okay, we're gonna try and fix the bug, and then the programmers are like, wait, we can't reproduce the bug. How are you getting the bug? And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I'm getting a bug when I'm doing this one thing on this one page, and then the programmers can't figure out why they can't reproduce it. And if they can't reproduce it, then it's hard for them to diagnose and fix it. So I understand in that kind of like, in that concept as a game, then yeah, that would be hell because you would have to like check it for many different points and why that bug appears, right? So in that sense, then yeah, it would take forever, I think. Like debugging might take quite a while then, because I was like, does it really take a year? But maybe it can. Oh, Baru, you work QA for mobile game. Hard to reproduce bugs are a nightmare. The last paragraph that starts with, we dug into the code until one of our engine programmers figured out that our scripts were saved at a restore point named research, when the player fast traveled to the research sector after going through the ashtray maze. However, all of our save games for that sector by default went into a save game chunk called research. Because the name were case sensitive, the game didn't recognize what the world state around the player should be, and the walls were shifting where they shouldn't. Oh, I see. It took us a month to figure out that's what the problem was. That's how complex save games are and how many facets of the game they can affect. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I mean, just by knowing like how programming for just like even like, you know, e-commerce website, our back end and front end, like when we encounter bugs and how difficult it is for programmers to fix them if they can't reproduce them, or if they can find it, but then like, I don't know if this is the same with like programming for games, but like sometimes when we ask our programmers to fix a bug on our website for Aitaikuji, if they fix it, they accidentally break something else, so we don't know that they broke the code until we do something else and then another bug happens, and then it's like, oh, it's because they fixed this one bug and then they forgot to do some quality check that another bug happened, but that wouldn't have happened if we didn't ask them to fix the first bug in the first place. So like it's all connected. I totally understand, because I work really closely with our programmers to do like a lot of debugs if there are some like user interface issues or backend on the our backend logistics side and inventory and so forth, and it's like a headache, so I can totally understand. Oh, of course it has. Okay, I have this here. Which what are we looking at? Game development. Okay, cool. Creative business units. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, CBU4 is Luminous Productions? I didn't even know that. Development of FF16, starting from 2015. In an interview with IGN about Heavensward, Naoki Yoshida talks about his next project and says that he would like to develop his next game in the greatest secrecy until it is complete. Wow, that was already back in 2015. Holy shit. The FF16 project began with a very small team of developers, the aim being to define and consolidate what the game would be before embarking on intensive production. So first, the core team would focus on the scenario. Oh. It was in March 2016 that a first announcement was made around a mysterious new project in development with BD5. The announcement contains an illustration of FF14 and a vague description of the project. The job descriptions state that new recruits will be involved in a large-scale project, including AAA. Oh. Wow, that's fascinating. This is back in 2016. In May of 2017, a mysterious recruitment ad from an anonymous company based in Shinjuku was posted on a Japanese game developer site, looking for a senior concept artist to work on the numbered title of a world-famous RPG franchise. So, if those of you who don't know, Square Enix headquarters is based in Shinjuku. I think it's a what is the stop called? Higashi Shinjuku kana? Is it? No, it's not Higashi Shinjuku. It's on the Fukutoshin line. Next to like Nishiwaseda. I think it's Higashi Shinjuku. But yeah, it's in Shinjuku. So this must be an ad for, yeah, FF16. At the end of the year, Naoki Yoshida gave an interview to FF Union website and said that if Square Enix asked him to create the next single-player Final Fantasy while continuing to work on FF14, that would be an ideal situation. Wow. At this stage, the FF16 project would be more than 2 years in development. This is awesome. Thank you for putting this together, Corsicast. Ziltoid, first time watching. Thanks for all the translations. Oh, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you. I'm just going over this like timeline made by Corsicast. It's very, very in depth. Like apparently the first time that FF16 was kind of in its like concept phase was already back in 2015, which is insane. So 2018, according to knowledgeable industry insiders, PS5 development kits were distributed in January 2018. New recruitment offers are discovered for BD5. Oh. Interesting. This was back in 2018, then 2019. Yoshida's Business Division 5 becomes Creative Business Unit 3. Oh, so the BD5 that they've been giving all of these job ads has been recruiting for FF16 for like 2-3 years. Holy shit. Up until the point of 2018. And then 2019 they became CBU3. Oh. Ryota Suzuki. Oh, from Devil May Cry, yeah? Oh, damn. 2019. At this stage of the file, it may be interesting to specify that in the ideal development of a game, production does not enter the production. Project doesn't enter the production phase until a prototype or a consolidated vertical slice is completed. Oh, interesting. Therefore, elements such as the storyline, combat system, gameplay mechanics, basic development tools, and much of the concept art are completed before the intensive production phase. As Ryota Suzuki joined the project in 2019, the combat system had to be defined beforehand. Oh. Ooh, let's look at the battle comparison. Kind of curious. Wait. Oh, I was like, Grammarly. Sorry. Give me a second. There's an ad. Oh, the combat's like that? Oh. Interesting. Oh my gosh, this is so interesting. Sorry, let me make this full screen. Oh, wow. Oh my god, holy shit. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna share this link if it's okay with you, Corsicast. Holy shit. Hold on, I'm gonna watch that again, sorry. That's complicated then. That kind of action is very action. Well, that makes me super excited because it's gonna be quite challenging. Oh my god. This is so interesting. Yeah, I was like always curious what those, like what I was looking at, but now this makes a lot of sense. Holy shit. That looks exactly the same. Whoa. I'm mind blown. Holy shit. That's amazing. Because like when I was watching the trailer, even just now, I was like always thinking like, how does that, like, what am I looking at? Like, is it going to just be button mashing? Is it like Kingdom Hearts where Sora just kind of has his own abilities and you equip the abilities and he does his own thing? Or if it's going to be like Stranger of Paradise where you have to do combos and like a little bit of button mashing. But this one is like actual, I've never played Devil May Cry, but it looks like it's actual combo sets where you have to like go down, up, and then triangles, you know, square or whatever, and to make different things pop up. Like that's awesome. I don't know like how Final Fantasy fans are gonna like receive of that. So maybe that is what they're trying to like fine tune to make it not too action combat, but still like close to what they originally were wanted. Which is one of his quotes that he was like, let's see, where did it go? Oh, this one. One of his keywords, FF16, time to polish the game so that we can stick to our original concepts. Interesting. So maybe that's like what their original concept was, like they wanted to make it action, but also still have maybe a bit of nostalgia for FF players. So maybe that's what their fine tuning is about. Can they get in trouble legal wise because it's way too similar to DMC's combat? I have no idea. I feel like was it Genshin Impact that had several move sets that kind of looked like Nier? But it's not that it's like the exact same, but I feel like it's just, if it's inspired, it wouldn't be an actual like patent issue. Yeah. I don't think it would be something that they could. I mean, I am sure that their legal team already has this all like figured it out. FF action music with a combat system. Oh my god, yes. Holy shit. After watching that video with the comparison of the battle, that makes me so excited for, even more excited than I already am for the gameplay. So anyway, this is still back in 2019, right? In 2020, rumors are growing that AAA project CBU 3 is working on is FF16. This veil is lifted in September 2020. Square Enix officially revealed FF16 is made by CBU 3, and Yoshida is producer and Takai is director. The official website of the game launches at the end of October, telling us more about the world of Valistia, the nations within it, as well as 3 characters: Clive, Joshua, and Jill Warwick. Yoshida states that the goal is to provide players with an incredible gaming experience in terms of both story and gameplay, and that a major announcement about the game will be made in 2021. That obviously didn't happen, but let's see, in February, Yoshida is a guest of the One Morning Show, Japanese radio FM, to talk about FF14. He could not escape being asked about FF16, and he replied that FF16 will be an action-oriented game, but that the story will also be emphasized. That's exactly what he said in the Uniqlo quote as well, so that lines up. He also says, I think there are difficulties that you can only understand when you become an adult. In that sense, I want the theme of this game to be something that allows those who grew up with Final Fantasy to appreciate this fantasy world again, while understanding this reality, that they get something out of it and it makes them think. That's exactly reiterated once again in the Uniqlo pamphlet, where he says that he wants to make this story for those who have grown up, realize that reality isn't kind to you, and have drifted away from Final Fantasy, but we hope that FF16 will be a game that can bring back anew the passion that you once had with the series. So this all lines up, makes a lot of sense. And then, these live letters, this is kind of like what I reviewed just now as well. Interesting. Oh yeah, about the English of dubbing, which we also reviewed just now. This process was used in FF12 on the character of Balthier, with the motion capture and everything done in English first. That's interesting. FF16 wasn't present for TGS. Yoshida said that mainline story is complete, as is the character modeling, and the design of the final quest will soon be finished. Developers are now focusing on improving the game overall. The discussion goes on, and as he talks about Fantasian, specifically, Yoshida bounces back and places in the conversation that such a skill tree system will also be in FF16. Oh, right, skill trees. Lovely. So that, I guess in that sense, it's kind of like Stranger of Paradise, because they also have a skill tree for Stranger of Paradise. And then the next information will be in spring. And then they do have this Easter egg where it says Valistia 6/16. June 16th, maybe? I guess only time will tell. I think the game is going to be, M-rated. I definitely think so. At the end of February, this is what I mentioned as well. Koji Fox was responsible for localization translation since Shadowbringers, so he was switched to FF16, and probably, good 3 years, so that is definitely checks in with the timeline here as well. Oh yeah, and then this picture by Takahashi that looks very similar to Jill. A little different, but it could definitely be Shiva. You know, like it just the color and the way that she's dressed kind of looks like Jill. Oh, this is so interesting. These are just the credits. Soken possibly, yeah, for the music. I mean, it sounds very Soken to me. Kugon, hey, thanks for joining us today. How are you? Oh wait, let me put on some music. Realize it's like quiet. The person who made it is Corsicas. I hope I'm saying it correctly in chat. Like, thank you so much for making this and sharing it. I'm honestly mind blown. And it's very interesting because the timeline from the release up until, you know, May of like now, is exactly in line with the translations that I have also gone over today. So that's super interesting. Wow. The battle system though, being similar to Devil May Cry, that kind of blew my mind. How goes the talking? We have gone through pretty much like every translation I've done for FF16 for the past year and a half. And the recent one that I just translated, which is kind of like a summary of the stuff that's happening in FF16. It all lines up. Like it all lines up. So, oh yeah, like one of the lines here, where like Yoshida says, だいぶ形になっているし、ちょっとなんだろう、そっちに時間を割かせてもらおうかなという形です。So like, when I translated this one, I was just listening to it and I was like, yeah, I mean, he pretty much said that the game is like pretty much done. Just needs a bit of like polishing and debugging and fine tuning. So like I posted that and I was like, okay, yeah, it should be good. And I even asked Makoto, my fiance, I was like, hey, just to be safe, like, can you just make sure that I like wrote this correctly? And then he was like, oh, what's the context? And I was like, oh, so like FF16 has been in development for a long time. And then in the Uniqlo magazine, he said that Yoshida said that the game is already almost, you know, in the final, or is in the final stages. So after the stream just now, I just wanted to make sure like this makes sense. And then Makoto looked it over and he was like, yeah, it should be fine. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna post it. And I posted it. And then I noticed like an hour later, like, I don't know, a good handful of news websites posted like the game is done. And I'm like, oh my fucking God, like it's not done. And then so I looked at, cause like after I posted this, like about an hour after, I was like, maybe I should post a literal translation of just this specific line. だいぶ形になってる. And I was like, just because, you know, I mean, I kind of just like summarized and localized it. So just in case, I'm going to post a literal one, which literally is like, it's like has completely or like almost fully taken form. So like in my head, I'm like, okay, Uniqlo, Ozume, that means it's already in the final stages. And then there's been so much information thus far talking about them already polishing this game. So like, I'm pretty sure the game is almost done. It's pretty much what he says. I posted that. But then like people are saying like, I mean, news websites writing like, oh yeah, the game is done. And I'm like, oh my God, the nuance. Like I didn't think about it when I posted it. And then some of the comments were so funny. Like I posted like a follow-up thread in the thread that I'm like, oh, like this is a literal translation. And then some people were like commented like, it's already too late. Like they're already waterlogging Yoshida. I was like, oh no, I feel so bad. But yeah, like when I posted it, I was even like, I mean, this should be fine. Yeah, I'm just gonna post it. And then I even asked Makoto and he's like, super Japanese, and I was just like, hey, just want to make sure I'm giving you the context. just want to make sure this is okay. He's like, I mean, if it was me, I would say it's done. And I'm like, no, I think it might be, but I don't think so. He's like, well, like I would say 90%. And I'm like, okay, but maybe the next 10% is still quite, time consuming, which is debugging, right? And then, because Makoto, he doesn't really play Final Fantasy at all, but he was like, for me, it sounds like it's like 90, maybe 80 to 90% done. And I was like, yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, I'm just gonna write this. But I guess the nuances in the English was a little bit taken too far, and they were like, news articles saying that the game is done, and then now Yoshida's probably in trouble again by the PR team, and I'm so sorry. So yeah, I should have like really just literally translated things. Or Yoshi's Norse nightmare. I'm so sorry. Yoshi's like, oh my fuck, like this tweet is gonna get me in trouble again. Oh my god. I mean, like I mentioned this earlier, but I don't really understand why they don't just post this kind of information on the official Final Fantasy 16 Twitter. It's not something that is like considerably stringing us along that Yoshida doesn't like. I mean, it's just small little updates, right? And it's from the producer himself. So I think it's totally valid that they should post it and localize it on the official Twitter, but they don't. So it's very strange to me. I think that like they totally should, so that people are not, always guessing. It's kind of, it's a bit strange, that marketing approach. Just for me personally. They're really inviting the speculation because they've kept us in the dark. Like I get that they want it to be something like cohesive when they announce it, and they want people to be like, oh shit, this is awesome, I'm gonna buy it right now. But I don't know, personally for me, I prefer to like know a little bit about the production of things. Like it's interesting because I'm not like, I don't make games, right? So it's actually very interesting for me to read news about like various things that are happening in a game. And I think transparency is pretty key to get the audience invested in your game. Or not even a game, like invested in your IP or whatever you're creating. I think like transparency is pretty key, and also interaction with the audience for marketing purposes is also pretty key. But like having no information and only getting like little bits and pieces from streams or like articles or guest appearances on TVs, for example, like I feel like they should just make that a compilation of news on the official sources instead of like having it just be something that like only in Japanese, and it's sometimes gets filtered down into English websites, English news websites, but like, it's still just like here and there. So I personally would have liked it if they had a bit more cohesiveness to their marketing, just to be like, hey, this is what we're doing now. We're finished with scenarios, like we're done with voice acting. Like little updates like that would also get the audience more invested in their IP, and interact with the audience. But I mean, different approaches. So that's just my opinion on it. But yeah, I'm very sorry if it sounded like the game was done. I mean, it technically is already in the end phase, so we can assume that it is pretty much complete. But what he said in verbatim was that the game is greatly taking form, like greatly becoming a cohesive thing, which means that, to me, and nuance wise, I assume that to be that it is like almost there. Especially when in the Uniqlo magazine, he mentioned that it was like the game is like in the final, like the end game, like we're in the final stretch. So I put two and two together in my head, and I was like, all right, this is cool. Makoto said it was good. I'm like, all right, awesome. I posted it. Still get like, misinterpretations, and I'm like, oh shit. But yeah, I hope that I was able to clear some stuff further down in the thread. There's so much room for interpretation even in the verbatim. Yeah, I was also like pretty excited when I heard it, so I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna just really like write this really quick, get it out. But then I was like, I should have spent a little bit more time thinking about how it could be interpreted. And little did I know, within that like 45 minutes before I posted the literal translation, there was already articles written. Holy shit, people write things, they write articles so quickly. But yeah, if you do see an article that says that it's done, it's not done. The game still has to be debugged, polished, and be optimized. But I personally don't think that that's going to take more than a year. So again, I'm pretty confident that we're going to see the game like around March 2023. If an American developer said what Yoshi said, let's say for God of War, sites would have written similar articles. I see. I mean, it's like, I suppose, what it is, right? Journalism nowadays is very like focusing on sensationalism, right? Making people like go to the article, read the article with the clickbait titles and stuff like that, right? Yeah, like someone wrote or someone commented like, oh, you shouldn't have written that because it's like kind of clickbaity. And I was like, oh shit, I didn't want it. Like, that's not my intention. I was just like, in my head, it made sense that like, yeah, the game is done, or not done, but almost there, right? But yeah, journalism these days, they just take that and run with it. And I'm like, oh, I get it, but I also, I'm sorry. It's tricky. Kugan, yeah. When I heard it, I was like, wait, what? Oh shit. It's just so funny that like Nier staff give Yoshida a hard time every time he's on their programs. But aside from FF16, I'm very excited for the Nier Reincarnation collaboration. I'm just kind of curious if I can play it without playing much of Reincarnation. Like, can I just play it with no good weapons and stuff? Genki, you said December 18th is the 35th anniversary. I can't wait to see what we will get. Oh, you downloaded Reincarnation, Kugan? Nice. Yeah, I think that for the 35th anniversary of Final Fantasy, this year we should at least hear about Ever Crisis, right? Isn't Ever Crisis supposed to drop this year? So Ever Crisis and the rumored FF9 remake, right? What else is like a major title that's supposed to... Oh, Stranger of Paradise did come. Genki, thank you. If I do like make mistakes, I usually correct it. Or if it's a very blatant mistake, I would just delete my tweet. But like when I translated this one, I was like, I mean, it's not like incorrect. It's not. I didn't like translate in verbatim, yes, but like given context of what he said in Uniqlo's magazine, like it is quite similar. You know, it makes sense. It made sense to me when I translated it like that. But then like in retrospect, I was like, oh shit, I should have written it literally, because like these little small things kind of like can get blown up, you know, in way bigger proportions. But even regardless of how people interpret it, or how news websites you know, kind of wrote articles about it, regardless of that, I do firmly believe though that the game is almost done, that the game just requires polishing, maybe some like tweaks here and there, debugging, and I'm fairly certain that like the main content of the game is finished, just from what like I've heard from Yoshida, from like reading news articles, that yeah, the game is pretty much like almost there. All that's left is just small stuff that's fine-tuning. Of course, the fine-tuning process can take a while, but I think we're definitely in the home stretch. Alex, you said, I'm just speculating here, but I feel that Square is trying to be more careful about revealing and committing to release dates after problems with CyberConnect and remakes production. Corsicast, you said, I'm really looking forward to Ever Crisis, and it will contain the story of First Soldier. I'm starting to imagine that we might find out more about Cloud's father. Oh, wow. I never even thought about that. I never even really thought about Cloud's dad. Interesting, interesting. Oh yeah, Genki, right? Ever Crisis is supposed to be in 2022, unless they delay it. But yeah, FF9 remake, right? That's supposed to happen based on the NVIDIA leak. So, Torin, Ever Crisis is, I think, compiled of 5 different games. FF7 original, FF7 remake retelling, and then oh wait, is remake in it? Well, I know FF5 original for sure. Before Crisis, Crisis Core, Advent Children, and The First Soldier. So those 5 are definitely going to be in Ever Crisis. I don't remember if remake's going to be in it, but like those 5 are going to be made in the like mobile game. Crownless, do you think we've seen only a little bit of the game? I'm expecting a surprise group of party members, maybe a la FF7, where you can switch to them. There is a dude here. Let's see. There is a dude here. Do you guys see this dude over here? Like, there is a guy here who's part of your party, I think. I don't think they're going to like allow you to control them or like switch out maybe? How does DMC work? NPC. DMC is solo? Yeah, look at this dude here. He's like hovering. Here, let's go back. Okay, look at this dude. You see this dude here? Just watch him. Just watch him. Let's go a little further. Yeah, he's like, oh, he's here again. He's like hovering. I think he was there as well.
What do you mean you refuse? Did you not pledge your sword to our cause?
Okay, there's no dude there. Oh, the link? Yeah, let me link you guys. We can watch it again. This is honestly like mind-blowing. Let's watch this again. This honestly, Corsicast, like I think you blew everyone's mind in chat today. Like I didn't play. I've never played DMC, so I honestly had no idea what I was really looking at in FF16. When I watched FF16, I was thinking like, oh, it's gonna be kind of like Kingdom Hearts, where you equip the abilities, and then Clive just automatically does them by pushing X or circle, whichever. But this is crazy. Oh, Ryan, hello. Thank you for joining us. All right, you guys all need to watch this. So Corsicast in chat shared with us this super, super awesome video that compiles the difference between FF16's movesets and Devil May Cry 5's movesets. You've seen the video? Okay, great. Like, this is honestly mind-blowing. Okay, let's just watch it again. Wait, did you make this video, Corsicast? All right, you see the dude in the side too, right? This is so cool. It literally looks the same. Oh, it looks so good. You know, this makes me want to play Devil May Cry. It looks amazing. This is so cool. Oh, Ryan said your DMC head friends are way into this FF16. That's awesome. DMC doesn't have party switching during combat, and some speculated that there's not enough buttons to buttons to switch, you mean? But FF16 is PS5 exclusive, so there may be a way to switch by swiping on the touchpad. Oh. I would like to play Devil May Cry 5, but you need to play 1 through 4 before you play 5, right? Like, it's all connected, is it not, the story? Like, if I played Devil May Cry 5 just off the bat with no prior knowledge to any of the Devil May Cries, will I be confused? You don't need to play Devil May Cry 2. I see. I mean, the game looks awesome, Devil May Cry 5. And I see a lot of, like, the merchandise for it, because we sell quite a bit of it. But I don't know, like, if I'll understand what's going on. You can really just play 3 and 5. Oh, okay. No need to play prior games? Really? At 303 in FF16 trailer, you can see some dude dodging a Humbaba attack. Oh, okay, let's look at 303. 303. Oh, that was way too fast.
Has shaped our history.
Oh, this dude? I thought that was Clive. My bad. I see. Yen Sid, thank you for joining us. 5 does a recap of older games. Oh. Well then, maybe I should just play Devil May Cry 5 for the next game on stream. I finished Nier, still have a gaping hole in my heart from that, but oh yeah, I still need to finish Kingdom Hearts 3 though. Don't play Devil May Cry 2, the game is fucking ass. Oh no. Wait, Crownless, I should what? I played Devil May Cry 5. Okay, I mean, I could, but will I understand what's happening? Or is there like a YouTube video that can just explain the lore and then I'll just go into DMC 5? Like, I see so much merchandise of it. We sell a lot of merchandise of it as well on iTaikuji. So I'm just kind of like, man, I really wish I could like play this game and understand it, but it's just I have to play 1 through 4 before it, and I was like, that kind of turned me off on it. So that's why I didn't play. Tony, soon our boy Clive will be back from the war. I know. It's so soon. Hold on. Do you guys want to watch the trailer again? Let's watch the trailer again. It's just so good. I can't. Oh man. Oh yeah, let's watch it in Japanese. True. Let's watch it in Japanese because we watched it in English already. We'll watch it in Japanese, then we'll watch it in English again. We'll watch it 2 more times. No, no, no. Not this one. Okay. Turn off the annotations. Oh, did you have a video there? That's awesome, Ryan.
俺たちの任務はドミナントの暗殺。標的を間違えるなよ。
女だろ、戦場で間違えるか。
これがある限り、俺たちに拒否権はない。疑問を持つな。おい、あれは。早々に召喚獣を出してきたか。
Oh. Is it too quiet for you guys? Hold on. Let me make it a little louder. I can't remember. Did I sub this in English? Maybe I didn't. Auto-generated Spanish. Oh yeah, for sure, Ryan. Thanks for stopping by today. Have fun at the gym. Like, because the dialogue is slightly different from the English one. Slightly, though. Not like major. I forgot. Did I sub the trailer? Let me see. Oh, I did. Perfect. Perfect. I was like, I feel like I subbed it. Okay, let's watch it in Japanese, but I also provided subs back in September of 2020. Because I was like, it's actually a little different. Here. Hold on 1 second. Let me know if the audio is okay.
「俺たちの任務はドミナントの暗殺。標的を間違えるなよ。
女だろ、戦場で間違えるか。
これがある限り、俺たちに拒否権はない。疑問を持つな。おい、あれは。早々に召喚獣を出してきたか。
マザークリスタルをめぐってまた戦が始まる。
また部屋を抜け出していけず子ね。さあジョシュ、陛下をお迎えに上がりましょ
う。ジョシュアのナイトだからな。あいつを守ってやらなきゃ。
出せるだろ。話が違う。それでは何のための同盟だ。
一体何を焦っておいでか。先の大陸戦争の折も帰国は見事に奴らを防いだではありますか。
人はクリスタルの加護なしに生きてゆけぬ。騎士を送り込んでくるとは。ザンブレクの奴らめ、戦を始めたいのか。
ハイルの息子だ。フェニックス。
All right, I need to go to the second one because Twitter limits.
フェニックスの他になぜ火の召喚獣が。これはクリスタルの加護。断ち切るための物語。やめろ、やめてくれ。弟なんだ。俺は必ず奴を殺す。
So epic. It's so epic. I'm very glad that I subbed this. I was like, I feel like I subbed this in 2020, and I did. Thank God. I'm very glad that I did that. Yeah, the part where it was quite different. More or less the dialogue was the same, but the part that was very different was when he said, like, it's my younger brother. And I believe that the voice actor of Clive is supposed to be, hold on one second, supposed to be the voice actor of Crystal Exart, Grahatia. I'm pretty sure he's Uchida Yuma, I think. Koji Fox, right? Groundless. If okay, let's watch it in English again. 4K. Yeah, Clive is a bastard, I guess. Oh, sorry. This is not in English. 1 year ago. $4K, let's go.
You all know the target. Shiva's dominant. And only the dominant.
How do we even know the girl will be among us?
Our kind do not question orders, we follow them.
The young Clive and the old Clive look very different to me.
Icon? That thing's a bloody mountain.
Our foe will not relinquish their mother crystal easily. This will be a bitter fight.
You should not be out of doors. We have discussed this. Come, Joshua. Your father will be expecting us.
I am Joshua's shield. I'm sworn to protect him.
What do you mean you refuse? Did you not pledge your sword to our cause?
What does it matter? It was the Dalmex who drove back the Crusaders in the Battle of the Twin Realms, was it not?
Without the blessing of the Mother Crystal, we cannot defend our realm from the spread of the Blight.
So they sent in the Dragoons. Imperial Vipers. Do they really mean to invade us?
Archduke's son. The Phoenix. Stop this!
Second icon of fire. But that's impossible.
So each icon is one element, right?
The legacy of the crystals. Has shaped our history. For long enough. I'll kill you. If it's the last thing I do.
That's so epic. Oh my god. So good. Holy shit. Oh my god, it's so epic. In Japanese, yeah, it's shokanju, so summon. They're called summons. They call them icons in the English one. And I saw someone say that it's called primals in the French subtitles. That's very cool. So I guess we can do a little bit of theory crafting. Let's look at the official website. Oh my god, this is so good. The art is amazing. I love the art, the concept art. It looks fantastic. So the characters. Clive, firstborn son of the Archduke of Rosaria. Though all expected him to inherit the Phoenix Flames and awaken as its dominant, destiny instead chose his younger brother Joshua to bear this burden. In search of a role of his own, Clive dedicated himself to mastering the blade. His practice pays off when, at just 15 years of age, he wins the ducal tournament and is dubbed the first Shield of Rosaria, tasked to guard the Phoenix and blessed with the ability to wield a part of his fire. Oh, alas, Clive's promising career is to end in tragedy at the hands of a mysterious dark icon, Ifrit, setting him on a dangerous road to revenge. Interesting. So that means that he's not a bastard child. Or is he? So then I guess you become king if you are, or queen, if you are chosen to bear the icon. Yes. But you know, the person who got beheaded, I don't think that was the dad. Like this dude? I don't think that's his dad. All right, let's look at Joshua. The second son of the Archduke of Rosaria and Clive's younger brother by 5 years. Joshua awoke as the dominant of the Phoenix soon after his birth. Despite his noble upbringing, Joshua treats all his father's subjects with warmth and affection, none more so than Clive, whom he deeply admires. Joshua often laments that it was he, the frail and bookish younger son, who was granted command of the Firebird's flames, and not his stronger, braver brother. While Clive will gladly throw himself into any danger, Joshua quails at the sight of a carrot on his dinner plate. But carrots become the least of his concern when he, too, is swept up into the tragic events that change Clive's life forever. Jill Warwick. Born in the fallen Northern Territories, Jill was taken from her homeland at a tender age to become a ward of Rosaria, securing peace between the two warring nations. The Archduke insisted that she be raised alongside his sons, and now, at 12 years of age, she is as much a part of the Rossfield household as Clive and Joshua. Ever kind, gracious, and unassuming, Jill has become a trusted confidant to the brothers. She's only 12? This doesn't look like a 12-year-old. I forgot that their ages were revealed. Yeah, Clive is only 15. He doesn't look like he's 15. I honestly always add 5 years to Final Fantasy character ages because they don't look their age, except for FF14. Actually, the characters in FF14 look their age. Thancred definitely looks like he's 32. I'm 32. I totally understand, the shit he, whatever got, gets to, when you get into your 30s, yeah, I get it. And who else? Urian J is 28 or something like that. Yeah, I see that. I see that. Who else is old? Sid is 35. Okay, Sid looks like he's 50, but he works out a lot. That's what he looks like, but he's supposed to be 35, I think. And Nero is also 32, which is ridiculous. So Nero looks like he's in his late 50s or something. But more or less, FF14 characters look like their age. Yeah, Ishtola is 23, but that's because she's forever 23. So but Clive does not look like he's 15. But you know what? I'll give it to them because Final Fantasy anime.
Sworn to protect him.
Yeah, I mean, maybe 15. It looks more like 18 to me. But anime is like that, I guess. But do you guys think that Clive is a bastard child? Because it says he's the firstborn son of the Archduke. So does that mean that Joshua is going to become, because he has the Phoenix, he becomes the next Archduke? Or does it not work like that? I wonder. Yeah, he could be 16, I guess. But this girl, Jill, Jill. Where's Jill?
Joshua, your father will be expecting.
Where is she at?
This will be a bit of
She, I mean, I guess she kind of looks like she's 12. Kind of. I personally think Jill is Shiva. And this part, where it says we gotta kill Shiva, maybe Clive knows that she's Shiva. The Archduke was cheating. Crownless. I mean, Clive isn't blonde. Okay, I guess. Joshua looks like he's 12. Jill looks like maybe 15, and then Clive looks like he's 18. Again, I just add 5 years to all of these Final Fantasy character ages. Clive may have been born to his dad's first wife, who maybe died when he was a child. Possible. So that's the characters. But I don't think this is the mom either.
Would not be out of doors.
You think that's the mom? I thought that this might be the caretaker.
We have discussed this. Come, Joshua.
I don't know.
Your father will be expecting us.
Oh, maybe it is. I don't know. She does come with a posse.
This will be a bitter fight.
Yeah, she does come with a posse, so maybe that is the mom. I don't know. There's just so many questions I have. Mark, you said people speculate he is a bastard son because he's bowing to the lady, the mother of Joshua. It'll be really weird for him bowing to other people if he is a noble. Oh, that's true. She got the Clive bangs. She's too clean to be a nanny, I guess. Yeah, I mean, she arrives with the posses, so maybe that is the mom. Her clothes are similar to Joshua, but a different color. That is true. Oh shit! I just noticed she has the phoenix tail feather here. Can you guys see that? Like it's the tails of the phoenix. Oh yeah, in the Japanese version, she does say like, "Oh, you naughty kid." Yeah, she's wearing the phoenix tails here. Priestess, you think? Interesting.
You should not be out of doors.
Let's see what else. I'm just looking at her costume. I wonder why she holds her hand to her nose. Like, do they smell bad or something?
We have discussed this. Come, Joshua. Your father will be expecting us.
I am Joshua's shield. I'm sworn to protect him.
Because they're in a stable, stinky. Yeah, I think it's probably because it smells bad, yeah. Yeah, true. She says your father will be expecting us. What does she say in the Japanese one? Oh, where did my...
マザークリスタルをめぐってまた戦が始まる。
また部屋を抜け出して行ける子ね。さあ、ジョシュ、陛下をお迎えに。
She said Heika, which I guess everyone refers to the Majesty, or the King, as such. I mean, I don't know. Like, if she was the queen, was she? Yeah, I think she would still refer to the king as Heika. Because I'm pretty sure everyone, even the queen, usually in like periodic animes and stuff, I'm pretty sure they still refer to the king as His Majesty. But I personally thought that she was a caretaker. She must not like the smell of peasants. Oh no. But this little detail though on her feather is very interesting.
Doors.
This will be a bit.
Sorry, where did she roll up with the posse?
Their mother crystal easily. This will be a bitter fight.
Yeah, the phoenix tail part is very cool. It's a little detail I've never noticed. Drop the trailer right now. We need to know if this is his mom. Just in time for Mother's Day, right? Oh yes, happy Mother's Day to everyone out there. It's Monday in Japan already, but if it's Sunday for you, happy Mother's Day to everyone. Yeah, the girls in the back look like caretakers. Yes, that is what I think. But maybe she's not the mom. Maybe she's like the super caretaker. I don't know. Yeah, they did bow to her. That would be strange, right? That would be strange if they bowed to a caretaker, right? So maybe she's either like the priestess. Yeah, maybe she's the mom. Maybe she's the mom. Why would you bow to a head maid though? That's weird, right? Like that's a little strange. Right. If you look at Clive, he looks like he's very, very scuffed up. Like look at this. He's like there's dirt all over him. There's dirt on his chest. Oh, you can't see. Hold on. It's because my camera's blocking. Give me a second. Like there's dirt on his chest over here. Dirt on his chest over here. There's like dirt all over him. Yeah, so I'm guessing that he look at the two dudes in the background. I didn't even notice. Oh my god. What are they doing? Look at the NPCs. They look like they're clone copies. What if the queen is the head maid? Guys, these are not the theory crafting that I was expecting. Holy shit. She even has a pearl necklace, expensive jewelry. Right. Yeah. She looks like she would be like maybe the priestess or the queen. Queen maid. Oh my god. What if Marshall's the father? Honestly, like I'm just waiting for an Emmerich type character to come. If not Clive himself is like the Emmerich type character that I'm going to absolutely fawn over. I usually am not like the biggest fan of the main character in series in general. I'm always like fans of like this supporting characters. I don't know why. It's just weird. I'm just weird like that. So I don't know if I'm going to like absolutely like love Clive as the main character. But I'm just excited to see more characters. Cheap fake necklace. Ziltoid, you said possibility that Clive and Jill bow to apologize for stealing Joshua away, and the knights following her are Joshua's guard, whom he also escaped. Oh, so like they're apologizing. That makes sense. Mark, I can see it now. Audrey doing a Baymerich versus Baymerich version 2 in F16. Honestly, I like my heart has never left Heaven's Word. My heart has never left Heaven's Word. I love FF14. Stormblood was great. Shadowbringers was amazing. Endwalker was fantastic. But my heart has always stayed with Heaven's Word, just because it left such an impression for me because Realm Reborn dragged on so long, and Heaven's Word was such a good, like, refreshing feel to it. And then I also like absolutely fell in love with Emmerich, which is ridiculous. Yeah, so yeah, my heart has never left Heaven's Word, even though the game keeps on continuing. But yeah, I'm so excited to know that the Heaven's Word scenario writers are also working on FF16. It's going to be amazing. Hey Fuzzbucket, how are you? Yes, Heaven's Word definitely hit different. Okay, like Elpis is good. I do like Elpis, but like Heaven's Word though. Ishgard. Still waiting on my house in Ishgard. I'm so glad my FC got their house in Ishgard Imperium. Oh my god, it was so funny. Like this is totally not related to anything Final Fantasy. But like, so this past weekend I went back to Makoto's hometown, and then I just like met up with his parents and stuff, and we're just talking. Like, his dad was just chatting, and then his dad was like, "Oh, do you buy Bitcoin? Do you invest in Bitcoin?" And I'm like, "Oh, I personally don't invest in Bitcoin, but like Makoto does. He has a little bit of like stuff invested into Bitcoin." And then Makoto's dad was like, "Oh, really? Like, which ones does he invest in?" And I was like, "Oh, he invested in like a very little portion of Bitcoin itself, and like this other one, I think it's like called Imperium." And then Makoto was like, "Imperium? What the fuck is that?" And I was like, "Isn't that one of the Bitcoin stuff that you invested in?" He was like, "You mean Ethereum?" And I'm like, "Oh my god." It just like slipped out. I was just like, and then like his dad was like, "Oh, Imperium." I'm like, "Yeah, Imperium." And Makoto was like, "That is not my Bitcoin when I'm invested in." I was like, "Isn't it Imperium?" He's like, "Dude, it's called Ethereum." And I was like, "Oh." The brainworms. The brainworms. It was just so funny because like we're just talking, like really just like serious topic. He's like, "Oh, how much have you invested?" Blah blah. And I'm like, "Oh, I don't invest in Bitcoin at the moment, but yeah, I know Makoto does. Like, it's a bit of Bitcoin, a bit of Imperium." And then his dad was like, "Oh, I've never heard of Imperium before." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's like the second biggest one." And then Makoto was like, "That's not what it's called." So yeah, anyway, a little random story there. I felt pretty dumb. I was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." Imperium is actually from Final Fantasy 14. And then Makoto was like, "Yeah, I figured it would be something from Final Fantasy." Buying Crystarium coin. Oh my god, it was super embarrassing, but it's fine because it's not like his dad knows anything about Final Fantasy anyway. Oh my god. Actually, Crownless, like a member of my FC, he's usually in our chat, Sansky. It's one of our mods. Like he gave me a bunch of furniture to accompany my Emmerich shrine in my apartment. I am slowly building a lovely apartment room. Oh my god, you guys. Gil coin. Nomura coin. Oh my god, the Crystarium coin. That's just too funny. I love it. I'm invested in Crystarium. Oh my god, it's so funny. But yeah, I personally don't own any Bitcoin, but I have a lot of friends who do, and I'm just like, "That's cool, man. Good for you." I've had some friends who've made a shit ton of money on Bitcoin, but I don't know. I just not really that interested in it at the moment. Kupo coin. Yeah, I have some friends who made a lot on Dogecoin. I always thought it was pronounced doggy, but apparently it's Doge. I don't know. But anyway, back to FF16. Yeah, let's look at a little bit of the worlds. Hold up. Let me put on some little music in the back. All right. Velistia. This is the name of their world, right? A land blessed in the light of the mother crystals. I'm so glad this turned out to be FF16 art. It looks so much like Ishgard, and I'm so glad that we're gonna have like dragons. So Bahamut must be one of the elementals, one of the icons. Kupo coin sounds legit. Anyway, land of Valistea is studded with mother crystals, glittering mountains of crystal that tower over the realms, blessing them with ether. These like big crystals. This big crystal here, I guess. Great powers have grown up around each mother crystal, and an uneasy peace has long reigned between them. Yet now the peace falters as the spread of the blight threatens to destroy their dominions. So I'm guessing that's like a plague. Icons and their dominance. The icons are the most powerful and deadly creatures in Valistia. Each resides within a dominant, a single man or woman who is blessed with the ability to call upon their dread power. In some nations, these dominants are treated as royalty in admiration of this strength. In others, they are bound in fear of it and forced to serve as weapons of war. Those who are born as dominants cannot escape their fate, however cruel it may be. The realms of Valistea. The Grand Duke of Rosaria. Long ago, a group of small independent provinces in western Valistea found strength in unity and formed the Grand... Is it Grand Duchy? Duchy? I'm just going to say Duke for now. Grand Duke of Rosaria. After years of relative prosperity, the Duke now finds itself threatened by the spread of the Blight. A threat that, left unchecked, would doubtless usher the realm to ruin. Duchy? It's Duchy. Okay, we're gonna go with Duchy then. Rosaria draws its ether from Drake's breath, a mother crystal situated on a volcanic island off the coast. Oh, that's why it's fire. Okay. The dominant of the Phoenix, icon of fire, is enthroned as Archduke when they come of age. I see. So that's why he's gonna become the Archduke. So that means his dad was the Archduke. His dad also has a Phoenix. Oh. But Josh already has the Phoenix. Oh. How does that work? My ex-wife said Duchy. Oh, Duchy. It sounds like douchey. Duchy is the name of a territory ruled by the Duke. Okay, got it. Thank you. I'm sorry. I was like, Duchy. The Holy Empire of Sambrek. This looks possibly like this world because of the dragon. Sambrek is the largest theocratic force in Valistea. The Empire's holy capital, Oriflamme, is built around Drake's head, the mother crystal that blesses the surrounding provinces with abundant ether. Dude, this is awesome. If this place is actually Sambrek, and dragons, and it looks like Ishgard, like it's so good. I love this. The people happily take advantage of this living in comfort and security under the watchful gaze of the Holy Emperor, like the Holy See, whom they worship as the living incarnation of the one true deity. The dominant of Villa serves as the Empire's champion, taking to the field in times of war to rout its enemies. It must be Bahamut, right? The Kingdom of Wallowed. Shiva? I think Shiva is, Oh. Really? But this has so much, like, stuff about dragons. You guys think this is Shiva? I think Titan would be, like, one of these. Yeah, I mean, this could be Shiva, I guess. Shiva and the dragons, then? That's actually pretty crazy, then, if that's such a FF14 reference. Exactly. That's such a FF14 reference, if that's the case. This is gonna be so good. All right, the Kingdom of Wallowed. Wallowed claims the entirety of Ash, the eastern half of Valistea, as its dominion. This is definitely Odin, I think. Oh, wait. hold on. Okay, let me just read this first. The kingdom's control of the continent has oft been tested by the orcs and other beastmen who make their home there. But the current ruler of the realm, the dominant of blah, 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 has succeeded in quelling their rebellions, using the power of the kingdom's mother crystal, the Drake's spine. This new king has built up a mighty army, with which he now seeks to test the borders of his neighbors. The Dalmekian Republic. This looks like Garlean. The Dalmekian Republic is made up of 5 states, from which the members of its ruling parliament are drawn. Its mother crystal, Drake's Fang, is half hidden in the heart of a mountain range. The Republic's control over it and its ether, securing the obedience of the large part of southern Valistea. Oh, this one is Titan. Yeah, the dominant of Titan, Icon of Earth, is installed as a special advisor to Parliament and has a significant say in its decision-making. The Iron Kingdom, a small group of islands off the coast of Storm, the western half of Valistea's twin realms. Here, the crystalline orthodox, an extreme faith that worships crystals, reigns supreme. The Iron Kingdom controls Drake's breath, the mother crystals that sit at the heart of one of their islands, long a source of contention with neighboring Rosaria. Isolated and aloof from the mainland nations, the Ironbloods speak their own language. Orthodox doctrine judges dominance to be unholy abominations, and any unlucky enough to be born on the islands are executed. Holy shit. Crystalline Dominion. Crystalline Dominion sits at the heart of Valistea, built around the tallest of all the mother crystals, Drake's Tail. Okay, I think that the ultimate dominant is probably Bahamut. Like, they're literally talking about drakes for every single section of this world, or at least that we know so far. I think that like the ultimate bad guy, or the ultimate like summon that they summon at the end or something, is gonna be Bahamut, because there's just so much Drake for each specific kingdom. Drake's Tail. Many bloody battles were fought for control of this small plot of land due to its strategic importance, till the warring realms finally agreed to an armistice. As part of the peace treaty, the islands around Drake's Tail become an autonomous dominion led by a council of representatives from the surrounding nations, and each realm enjoying equal claim to the Mother Crystal's blessing. No dominant makes their home there. Ooh, Kino, you have a theory that Bahamut caused the blight. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Do you want to elaborate on that? That sounds very cool. The Kingdom of Valode. Okay, so there's 9. There should be 9 icons. Let's see. Where was that? Maybe I might have accidentally closed it. Oh no, here it is. There are 9 icons, right? Phoenix, Ifrit, Shiva, Titan are confirmed. Phoenix, Ifrit, Shiva, Titan. Phoenix is Rosaria. Titan is Dalmekian. And then the ones that are not confirmed yet is Shiva and Ifrit. Which Ifrit is not a dominant that is known, so Ifrit is not part of these. So that leaves us with Shiva, who has not been referenced in these. So maybe Sambrek, and this is Odin. Iron Kingdom, I am not sure which that one would be. Crystal Dominion has no dominant. Interesting. Damn, Vanam. Crystals and dragons, I'm sold. Nick Fu, so they actually confirmed back in November of 2020 that there are 9 icons. But they deleted their tweet. This was actually from the official FF16 Twitter. I think it's because PR was like, excuse me, that's new information. So they deleted it. But we do know that there are 9 icons. And Garuda, yes, Garuda is also one. I don't think Garuda would be this one. I'm pretty sure this is Odin. But that's just because of the horse. I mean, it could also not be Odin. No, I think it's definitely Odin, though. It even looks like it has several legs. Nick Hu, yeah, it was actually posted November of 2020, very long time ago. Oh, actually not that long, but like, you know, it was posted and then immediately deleted. But I did see it, I caught it, because I have them on notifications on. And then I was like, oh, there are 9. Yeah, the design looks super Odin to me, so I think it's Odin. Ixion? Oh, but it could also be Ixion too. Could be Ixion. Yeah. Could be Ixion. I'm thinking though that it has to be one of each element. So Titan is Earth, and then Shiva is ice, obviously. Ifrit is fire, as well as Phoenix. So I think we're missing lightning, which I thought it would be Rama, but it could be Ixion. And then wind, which is Garuda. Yeah, so maybe because Odin doesn't really have an element, right? So this might be Ixion. Alexander is an icon, but it's not. We don't know if it's part of these 9. Iron Kingdom shares the same crystal as Rosaria. Long a source of contention with neighboring Rosaria. Oh, so maybe the Iron Kingdom is the one that has Ifrit? Yeah, Alexander would be holy. The whirlpool of the in the middle of the map has got to be the Leviathan. There's a whirlpool? Oh, this thing here? I wonder why everyone is in like war against each other. Is it because they want the mother crystal to give them more of their blessing, or like what do you guys think the war is for? Or just to claim more land, to claim more crystals, or yeah, the Iron Kingdom said that they just kill the people who have dominance, so that's kind of messed up. They want more ether. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, this map is very interesting. This is this is Sambrek. Because it looks like this picture here. Ishgard looking thing. This must be Sambrek. And then the Rosaria. I wonder if... which one where would Rosaria be? If they share a crystal. Maybe this area? Who's this? Dominants in the Iron Kingdom have to live very secretly. Oh, thank you so much. Holy Empire of Sembrek. Dragoons. Drake's Spine. Kingdom of Walode. Orc Spearsman Ash Continent icon is Odin. Crystalline Dominion. Oh, okay. Dalmecan is Titan. The Iron Kingdom. Dominant all executed. Hey TSJ, G, thanks so much for joining. Oh yeah, a lot of news websites kind of like took some of my summaries or translations, especially the Uniqlo one. That was actually pretty big. I think that's the one that kind of got Yoshi P in trouble. I'm so sorry. It's because of the blight. They want to get the crystal for protection. Right. Kino, you said, you know how Bahamut was responsible for one of the calamities in FF14. What if he did that again in FF16 after a mental breakdown and the blight is an after effect? Would explain why the Iron Kingdom is against dominance. Oh, yeah. Like causing a calamity. True. He is a bad guy in FF14 as well. Oh, this is going to be so interesting. I am so excited to see what's going to happen. About dominance, do we turn into them like Devil May Cry or do we summon them? I think that because for this one, for the characters, they mentioned that Clive got the blessing, blessed with the ability to wield a part of his fire. So I think as long as you have like the blessing, you can use their power. I don't know, it's fascinating, guys. Man, this is like so interesting. But I wonder, like, what is a tragedy that happens? Because like they mentioned that there's some tragedy that makes Clive totally like turn around. So what is it, like Joshua dying, or like what is the tragedy, I wonder? And like what is Clive doing as an adult? Why does he, who is he wanting to kill, right? It's so interesting. Yeah, probably. I know it will probably involve Joshua, but like, does he need to kill Joshua? Like, who does he need to kill? But it makes so much sense that the Dragoons might be from Sambrek. And I saw someone just now in chat, you mentioned that the Dragoon was on the floor. I totally get it now. Because when FF16 first came out, there was so many people talking about like the Dragoon being memed on. And I was like, I don't really get it. But now that I play FF14, I totally get it. Oh, Corsicast, no worries. Thanks for joining us today. Have a nice day. And thank you so much for sharing the articles that you wrote, as well as that Devil May Cry comparison video. It blew my mind. I'll definitely post about that later tomorrow, or like technically today, maybe in the morning or so. But yes, have a nice weekend, or a Sunday or Monday, wherever you are. Thank you for sharing this stuff. Yeah, the Dragoon being the floor tank is so funny. But I don't know, I was leveling up Dragoon and I don't really like die as Dragoon. I actually, like, while I was leveling up Dragoon to 90, I kept on getting comms, and I was like, why am I getting comms as Dragoon? I'm DPS. It's nothing special. Maybe I'm getting comms because I didn't die. Is like Dragoon that memed about? I think Ifrit killed Phoenix and Clive wants revenge. Yeah, possible. But then, like, so, okay, we're looking at the map, yeah? Now what the hell is this symbol? Sorry. It's right here. What is this symbol? None of these look like that symbol. So confused what this symbol is. No, that's actually not on their face. We already looked it up just now. Different. I'm so confused. Yeah, I see a W, but none of these... Well, I guess wallowed. It's a C. I don't know. People think that Shiva might be part of Sambrek. Brunzer. But then, yeah, that's true. Shiva should be in the Fallen Territories. Ah, this is so interesting. I have no idea. But this symbol is now extremely mysterious to me. It is not Rosaria. It's none of these kingdoms. Where is it? What is it? Man. I just hope that we get some news about this soon. I can't, there's just so much possibilities. I just need some more details about the story. Like, what is Clive doing? Why does he want to kill someone or something? Like, what exactly is happening? I need to know. I must know. Oh my god. I'm pretty sure Soken's involved with the OST. Yeah, I don't know if Jill is Shiva. I mean, it makes sense if Jill is Shiva because she is from the Northern Territories. So, it's Clive's group symbol, maybe redesigned. Yeah, I don't know. Ah, it's crazy. But anyway, guys, it is 3 a.m. in Tokyo right now. I have been talking about FF16 for 3.5 hours. I did not expect to be talking about this for this long, but I am so excited to see what they have in store. Again, it's kind of like, yeah, TLDR, I think that the game is coming out in February or March of 2023 based on all of the information that I've translated that has been released publicly as well, officially. And I think that the game is pretty much, yeah, like in the final stretch now. What it's missing is just debugging, fine-tuning, optimization. But after that's done, I think that when we get the trailer, we're going to get the release date, and also we're going to get the pre-orders for the game, like the bundles. I think that they're going to actually open pre-orders at the exact same time they release the trailer, I think. So we shall see. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me for the past 3.5 hours talking about FF16. I guess we can raid someone right now. Let's see. Oh, Sphere Hunter. Susie's on. She's playing Resident Evil 4. If you guys want to stick around, let's raid her. I will be later this week. I will be playing most likely Kingdom Hearts 3. But after looking at this, I'm actually really considering playing Devil May Cry 5. But I feel like I really should finish Kingdom Hearts before I do that. So I'll play Kingdom Hearts 3, finish that, and then the next game I'll play is probably going to be Devil May Cry 5, just because the battle system looks so interesting and similar to what potentially FF16's battle system will be. So yes, definitely look forward to that, guys. Have a wonderful Mother's Day and a wonderful start to the next week. And let's raid Susie, Sphere Hunter. See, did that work? Okay, cool. But yeah, I can't believe I've been talking about this for 3.5 hours. You can just go on and on with this. I'm just so excited for FF16, guys. You have no idea. I hope you are too. Anyway, thanks so much again, and I will see you in the next stream. Bye.